54. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 five-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087 or simply visit TRA.com.
Here we go. Rams Super Bowl champion D'Marco Farr, Sweet Tea, Travis Rodgers. The D'Marco and Travis Afternoon Show is on for your Thursday afternoon on this 9th of July.
I'm a chivato.
The No Stress Sports Talk Express. It's Thursday, which means Ball Knower Extreme and Soccer Ball Knower Extreme. Mike Trudell's here. No D'Marco vacation continues for Baby Whale. But Trudell will give us the latest update on the World Cup. And, of course, the ESPN LA World Cup pool amongst all of us. Travis will steer the ship on Dodgers baseball. And then Young D, producer DeAndre, and LeBron Hater, producer Laura. We'll all come together to talk more Lakers off-season news. And where will LeBron go next? I mean, do we care? Anyway. Plus, yes, we'll put a smile on your face this afternoon.
So my shirt is a topic in the chat?
It's great. What a great name.
I don't understand.
Travis half sleeve shirt. It's a great name.
Let's do it. The D'Marco and Travis Afternoon Show. With Trudell here on a Thursday.
Why don't you shut up?
Right now.
He should.
Yeah, you'll take that LeBron hater moniker, right? You're all right with that?
No.
That's you.
A hater is a very strong word, and I don't hate LeBron.
What would you how would you categorize it?
Critic.
You dislike LeBron.
No, critic is not nearly aggressive enough. How you feeling, Trudell?
Oh, I'm feeling great.
You are?
I'm
Got your France kid on?
Yeah, I'm very happy that despite the fact that Bergman has France, France is the team of my origin in terms of name.
Oh,
so
okay.
I've always supported the French, and I feel like
Trudell is a French name?
Trudell's a French name.
Okay.
And I feel like Americans should be a little bit more just thankful in general to the French because we would all be speaking the King's English if they hadn't helped us out in the Revolutionary War.
Well, yeah, we paid them back around 1944.
We did. We came to the aid not just of the French, but of the entire European continent.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
indeed. I feel like that account has been squared.
I don't know. I mean, but here's what I like. They wore the jersey that I have on right now, which is the Statue of Liberty tribute jersey.
I
don't know if
because of the blue?
Well, yeah, it's really more of a teal.
A teal. My apologies.
Like Our Lady of Liberty.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is a teal. So that made me happy.
That's the patina from the finish on the Statue of Liberty.
Exactly.
I just wanted to use the word patina.
I mean, I do have some bad news for you, though, regarding the World Cup pool.
I think I'm aware.
Well,
go ahead.
It's not just about being out and having been out for a while.
I was out basically after the opening match of the tournament.
But do you know who finished 14th and 13th out of 14?
Me?
You and
D'Marco.
Yeah.
So just,
I'm shocked. D'Marco had a really good, high draft
he had the third pick, and he went with South Korea, which was a little off the board. Okay, South Korea probably should have gone more like 25th or something.
I think that was more of a home pick.
Yeah, it was a home pick.
Yeah.
And then, but I'm just saying he was last, and then you were 13th, and I was because we did it on this show, and I was hoping that you guys would have found a way to get a little higher up the pool.
Well,
Laura's representing though by being the
first of all,
leader.
Nobody bellyached more about the draft position than
true.
Laura did, and yet she
Correct.
is still very much alive. Can you still win this whole thing?
I can't win, but according to Trudell,
You can be in the money?
I can be up at least third, I think now.
Okay.
But I was upset because not only did all this go down when I was out, and then just hearing you guys talk about it when I was out and being like, oh, D'Marco, you took too many names or whatever, however that was going on. I'm like, wait, what is happening? Oh, Laura's 15th. I'm like, what? This sucks. But,
Obviously
it worked
not.
out. It worked out.
Well, and the reason it worked out is first of all that Morocco slid to you, which they should not have fallen that far. They made it to the semifinal of the last World Cup and are a very strong side. And then you made a great pick with Mexico.
Of course.
So even though Mexico went out before a lot of the teams that
Picked up a lot of points along the way.
Yeah, because they won all three of their group stage games. So that got you 9 points, and then they had to win in the round of 32. So you are definitely, I should say definitely, very, very likely to finish in the money in the top three, and there's still a chance that you could win, even though you're out.
Oh, really?
Your game.
So I am not offended or insulted or anything by my finish, because as I have tried to make as clear as I possibly can, I don't know what I'm looking at. right? I am coming into this as a complete newbie.
Yeah.
I am coming into this as somebody that, other than understanding that Brazil and France and Argentina are very good at soccer, that was kind of the extent of what I knew. Beyond that, I was kind of picking blind. I did hope that, sometimes somebody will enter a pool and not knowing they just pick at random, you get a little lucky. I was hoping maybe that would help me. It did not. But I have a question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
And I don't think you have to know a sport occasionally to realize when you see something that's just different than everything else. Like I feel fairly certain that if I just plucked somebody that had never seen a hockey game in their life and the Edmonton Oilers were playing somebody else on the ice, after about 5 minutes, they'd be like, who's number 97? It would be Connor McDavid. He's just better than everybody. You don't need to know what the heck's going on. He's faster. He's more skilled. He does more things. And it's just like that. I want him. I've never seen this sport. I want him. Watching France in this tournament feels a lot like that to me. Because like you just said about Morocco 4 years ago, got to where they got to in the tournament. They're a very, very good team.
And guess who they lost to last tournament?
France. Right. They're very, very good. They turned them inside out today. And when we watched the Belgians play the Americans a couple of days ago, USA didn't touch the ball. They barely had possession of the ball, and it was one side against the other. Having watched Morocco throughout the course of this tournament, because I kind of adopted the Canadians at one point in this tournament because I was up in Vancouver while it was going on. So I'm like, all right, watch them play against Canada. Canada never touched the ball. Today, Morocco never touched the ball. A very good team that you're talking about gets beat by the French. This was a mismatch, quite frankly. And I'm not saying if they played 100 times, it'd be 100-0, but it kind of felt like it today. Who beats those guys? I know you talked about Spain a minute ago.
No, that's it. That's it. So Mason Ireland asked, well, having watched them, how could anybody beat them? And the answer would be Spain. It's interesting, though. This is one of the reasons why I love soccer, because style makes such a difference. If we're in a single elimination tournament, that is. So if we're watching college basketball tournament, right? And a team that you hadn't seen, like same thing, so you had never watched before, and you watch, say, the number 1 Duke play number 15 Hofstra or something, and you'd be like, oh, that team's a lot better than that team. But then you'd watch Kentucky play in the next game, and you'd be like, okay, that team's a lot better than the 13th seed. But they kind of, like, what's the real difference between Duke and Kentucky? They play kind of a similar style. There isn't that much of a difference between, other than the individual talent that you might seek, that you might kind of point out. Whereas in soccer, these teams all play pretty differently. And when you watch Spain, and Spain is going to play Belgium on Saturday in Miami.
Is it not tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Here, Norway, England is in Miami on Saturday. So tomorrow is Spain, and they're playing right here at SoFi. And watch them. The team, whoever they're playing against, will not touch the ball as much as them. And that includes France. That's about the only one. And the reason is that their skill level and just the way that they anticipate the game, the way that it's taught there, there's just something about it. You're like, why does the ball not ever leave these guys' foot? It's incredible.
There was a moment in the match today that kind of, and I've picked up a smattering of soccer terminology over the last several weeks, and first touch is one of the things that I have picked up.
Good, yeah.
And watching some of the less skilled teams, that first touch is a little harsher than some others. There was a French guy today that literally, one guy was on the right side of the field. He chipped it all the way over to the left side of the field with some velocity on it. I mean, how far is that from one side to the other? It feels like it's 40, 50 yards. It's a long. You got to give it a little something to get it from that side to the other side. You can't just tap it. It's coming in hot. This dude jumps in the air and maybe a foot or two and basically catches it between his feet and just very gently just sets it down right in front of himself.
So I was driving in during this game and I was listening, but I didn't actually get to watch much of it. I'll watch it when I get home. Do you remember what number the play was?
I do not.
Okay, it was. I would be not,
because we don't have HD TVs in here. I couldn't see it.
If it's not Mbappe, that's true. Olise or Dembele, all of whom have kind of the greatest touch. If I would be shocked if it's not one of those three. But
it looked like a magic trick.
France does have 4 or 5 other dudes. They don't even play one of the best players in the world. He can't. His name is Cherki.
Okay.
He plays for Manchester City. He can't even get on the field. There's a guy named Aurélien Tchouameni, who's a starter for Real Madrid, like the best club in the world.
Yeah.
And he can't even get on the field until sometimes they'll sub him in for the last couple. He started a couple games, but so it's ridiculous. And the only thing that I think can stop the French train would be Spain.
So what about FIFA?
I mean, FIFA,
right? I mean,
FIFA still has they have the black eye from the American incident that the rest of the world continues to not be thrilled about. But the fact that the Americans lost mitigates it a little. Just a little, because if USA had somehow won that game, and let's say Balogun had scored the goal,
right?
Then it would have been like an absolute all-time outrage. DeAndre, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm saying like I feel like there's another team too, because the way that the momentum has been shifting for them. That's Norway. Like everywhere I go on social media right now, it has to do with Haaland right now. So
yeah,
I'm just curious. Like a team like Norway doesn't really have a chance.
They're
even
on
though
the other half, right?
They've got aura. They kind of have the aura right now, like because it's so perfectly suited for the modern meme culture and the way that Haaland looks like he actually looks like a Viking,
AI,
right? It does not look real. He's giant, and that's what. So I know this is. You probably have the same thing happen to you sometimes, Travis. Like I'll have my friends that don't like soccer at all, but know that I do. The one player that they keep asking me about is Erling Haaland.
Sure.
And usually it's like him with like his shirt off and like an axe or something photoshopped in. And what's the one where it's like this is what men looked like, or this is what you saw 1,000 years ago before your head got bashed in. There'll be stuff like that, right? And so
if they win, I was doing the math because I've been doing the math to see how I can place high. If Norway wins everything, I still can potentially win. I think that's the only way.
I thought they said if Norway wins, Mason wins.
Really?
If Norway wins, Mason beats you by a point.
Yeah.
So he's got 17 right now. You've got 25. And if Norway wins, they would have to win 3 more games.
Oh, 3. Okay.
That's 9.
So 17 plus 9 gets you by 1.
Okay, so no Norway.
Now, Funches and myself, Laura, cannot beat you. We can only tie you.
I don't want a tie.
If Spain, then I haven't even figured out. Well, tie. I guess we'd have to split the money, unless we want to like do a bet for some kind of like total goal scored. But I should have declared that beforehand. That's my fault as commissioner. We'll deal with that later in the show. But so Funchy, if Spain wins, right, you and I tie.
Okay.
If England wins, you and Funchy tie.
Okay, I don't want that either.
If Argentina wins, Brian wins.
Yeah.
If France wins, Bergman wins. And if Switzerland wins, which is the lowest probability, they're the kind of the lowest seed.
Does Ireland backdoor this thing?
Ireland could still win it all if Switzerland wins.
Okay.
Yeah. And
wait.
But Switzerland has to play Argentina.
How do
next.
I win?
Travis, unfortunately, Uruguay only got 2 points.
You told me when I picked him that was a good pick.
It was a good enough pick. Like you were there with the odds there. Uruguay just did not play well.
It's called 2030.
And then Sweden got 4 points for you.
So he has 17 points right now, right?
Ireland does. No, who does?
Mason.
Mason does. Yeah.
So if he wins, because I was looking at the thing here. So if he wins instead of Funchy, then he'll be at 20.
26.
No, because Norway, he has 17 now.
And then
to win the finals,
more.
you'd have to win 3 more games. So that's 9
gets you
points.
To 26.
What?
There are 3 more
17
games.
plus 9 is
Quarterfinal,
26.
I know that,
Semifinal, final. 3 more games.
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
I'm skipping one.
All right, I got one more for you. So I'm trying to put this in terms that I can, like you were talking about how France and Spain may be able to fit. What is the Norwegian equivalent of, in basketball, for instance, if one team is inferior to another team, but if they get hot behind the three-point line, it's the great equalizer, right? Like if they just go out there and knock down a bunch of – we see it in the NCAA tournament all the time where that Hofstra team that you're talking about shoots 60% from the three-point line and they beat the Kentucky team. What's the equivalent of that in soccer?
So actually there are many more ways for the team that is not the best to not win. And so the biggest thing is like a little bit similar to hockey, a hot goalie, or you just hit the post 4 times. Right? This happened to Spain in one of the recent World Cups where and it happened to Argentina when they lost to Saudi Arabia of all countries in the first game of last World Cup, where they literally hit the post 3 times and missed a PK, and Saudi Arabia got like a long ball in a volley that happened to go in. So it can happen. It just the odds of it happening 3 more times, which again at this point, right? Every team has to win 3 more times, but any of these teams could lose a game for sure. Like Spain could lose to Belgium. They're better than Belgium, but Belgium's got a great keeper. Spain could hit the post a couple times.
I need Belgium to win.
And then Belgium could get or Travis, here's the other thing. A red card, whether it's a bad call or not, like an early red card against the better team, it completely changes the whole game.
Can't the president of this unnamed country just pick up the phone and make the call?
Dude,
Does that not work for everybody?
They can, but not within that game itself. Okay, only for the next one.
It is a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Listen all day for your chance to win a 4-pack of general admission tickets to one of this summer's biggest events at Cosm, including quarterfinal and semifinal matches, the 2026 T-Mobile Home Run Derby, or the 2026 T-Mobile All-Star Game. Experience every unforgettable moment in Cosm's immersive shared reality environment. Learn more at Cosm.com. All right, we'll get back to the World Cup at one point, but people are pitching LeBron in a very specific way through a very unusual medium. That's coming up next. Trudell's here for D'Marco on 710 ESPN.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
First of all, watch your tone. Second of all,
watch my tone, actually.
Second of all,
tone, little boy. What happens if I don't watch my tone, by the way?
Get your ass kicked. We can have a conversation later about it.
Oh, yeah.
No, take your belt off, George, and put him over your lap and smack that tushy.
There's a lot of tushy to smack.
Yeah, there is.
Less than there used to be, though.
Mm-hmm. It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Summer of soccer is here, and there's no better place to watch than Rockin' Brews. Catch every match on massive LED screens with surround sound, drink specials, and game day favorites like our new El Clasico burger. Whether you're backing Team USA or cheering on your home country, grab your crew, raise a glass, and catch every match at Rockin' Brews, serving those who rock. Visit rockinbrews.com for your nearest location.
Hey guys, it's John Ireland. In all my years of covering sports, one thing is for certain. Great teams walk in with a playbook. So why face your family's future without one? Globe Life makes protecting the people you love simple. And with Globe Life, it's never been easier. You can apply for coverage online or with an agent in just minutes. No complicated strategy, just straightforward protection from a name you already trust. Get your free quote today at globelifeinsurance.com.
This summer's biggest football watch party experience is happening at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. No matter who you're rooting for, Mercado Gonzalez is your soccer fan paradise. Surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, grab fire asada tacos, slow braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more while you cheer on your team with the entire Mercado. Mercado Gonzalez, your soccer fan paradise this summer. Every single knockout match is available at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
DraftKings is live in all 50 states. That means us, California. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round. And DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in California, so whether you're catching the early kickoff, before work, the late match at the bar, you're in on every single minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in California, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. And new DraftKings customers, sign up with code LA710, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code LA710 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales telling you to go see John Good at George Chevrolet. With straightforward pricing, real savings, a great selection, and award-winning service, George Chevrolet is committed to earning your business by saving you money. Whether you're a first-time buyer, rebuilding your credit, or ready to upgrade, their team is here to help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
It's D'Marco Farr and Travis Rodgers.
You're the yin to our yang.
Afternoons with D'Marco and Travis rolls on.
When I see people, I'm just so happy like we're sharing the earth together. This is all us here right now at the same time.
Back to the guys.
You know what I typically don't like, but I find myself liking? Is like kind of very purposeful gimmicks and things that are designed to be gimmicky. For instance, the thing that I shouldn't like but I love, or whatever they put on a guy that comes back after he hits a home run, the sports coat, the battle helmet, the whatever it is. They just showed the Blue Jays doing it, and they have like a Century 21 realty blazer that they throw on somebody.
Oh, they got a sponsor now?
It's not actually Century 21, but it's like a sports coat from like Monday Night Football from the 70s, and it's just it's so dumb that it's endearing, and I just love those goofy celebrations.
I mean, totally fair. I know you teased the LeBron thing, and we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But I said this before the show. I haven't had like an energy drink in probably 15 years, and I saw them there's like a mini fridge in our other room, and I'm like, I wonder what this tastes like. And somebody suggested that it's going to give me a certain amount of energy, and I said, I think I'm immune to that. I don't really, my body doesn't usually respond to that, but I am going to try this. I'm going to try this and see what happens.
See what happens.
While you set up the LeBron thing, I'm going to crack it.
So this was Rich Paul was talking about how he's kind of like a courier for pitches from other NBA teams to LeBron via the voice memo app on your phone, right? Like if I instead of me sending you a text, I could hit the little microphone on the keyboard and say, hey, Trudell, make sure that, we're going to talk about the Dodgers and the Rams later today. Okay, send. That's how people are pitching LeBron James is so funny to me. And more to the point, I think it's just so that is even out there, I think is part of the reason why the response to LeBron leaving L.A. was the response when he left L.A., which was more just like, all right, enough of this already. It's such a weird way to, A, talk about it, and B, to actually try to solicit information.
Dude, I'm just trying to think, because when you're pitching something, or let's say that you're applying for something in our business, right? You would put together a reel, and you're going through years of your best stuff and clipping it and kind of to present it in a certain way, right? That's the sort of where you might have somebody help you with the editing, right? And you're really spending time on this. If you're trying to get LeBron James to join your franchise, and I remember we heard this about the Knicks back in the day, right? You make the whole video and you do the whole presentation. You probably practice it a million times. It's a big thing. But instead of that, the only thing that I can think of is because, LeBron's on the golf course and maybe he doesn't want to go through a whole pitch thing. He's been in the league for a million years. Just go ahead, voice memo. I can listen to it in 2 minutes. I don't have to watch anything. Like that's what you're getting.
What are you selling him though? Like, I mean, he knows the league inside and out. He knows the personnel inside and out. I'm sure that he has a really, really good grasp on the culture of each individual organization. He's been in the league for a quarter century. Yeah. It's not like he doesn't know the money for it is what it is. It's not like he's trying to get a max deal. He's going to get what he's going to get. They have what they have. It's not like I don't think he's shopping for the best economics in this situation. Like, what is there to pitch other than, hey, we'd really like to have you, just so you know, we'd love to have you here. Like, what are you actually selling? He knows already.
Yeah, you and I, I'm guessing, have never been in the position to be able to hear a bunch of pitches from other people. So that's the only thing that I'm holding off some level of judgment on. Because if I just today said, hey, I'm available to come to anybody's radio station and come do the things that I do, and it sounds weird even saying that out loud, but would I want to hear a 1 minute breakdown of why and just kind of piece through it quickly? or would I want to go through and hear a full-on presentation? And that's the difference between LeBron, who has for every year that he's been in the NBA been wanted by every other team.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just shapes the psyche in a much different way than any of us could possibly relate to.
Why do we know about it? You know what I mean? Like the fact that this is information that is available to us is weird. Like if that's how he put it this way, if LeBron said, "Listen, man, I don't want to go through the dog and pony show of showing up and having you put together your PowerPoint. Like I know what you're about. I know what your team looks like. I know what the money is. I just shoot me a one sheet of what it is that you're interested in." Like we already know all of that.
Well,
so
we probably wouldn't know about it if Rich Paul, his agent, didn't have a podcast, right? That I believe, is that where he shared that this was kind of. So I think that's because Rich, who's very talented and obviously has done a great job building the thing to where he has, and this is now. It sounds like that part is driven by him in this career with our buddy Max Kellerman, and so that's maybe tied in is part of it now. Because I don't know that, right? Because otherwise we wouldn't have. It could have just been LeBron, and maybe he leaks that to Shams or something.
And then
it goes out.
It's a weird deal to me because, and I'm not like go get what you got to go get. If you want to do a podcast, go do a podcast. I've got two myself. I totally understand it. How is it? You're drinking your Monster. What's the flavor on that? It came out orange.
Yeah, it's mango loco, and I have to say it's like really kind of thick looking,
viscous.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe do those have an expiration date?
We can kind of move past it. I think. I didn't say the name.
You made a face.
You made a very, very distinguished face.
I didn't love it. I wish we had a Mountain Dew in the machine over there so I could cleanse my
I believe
palate,
that's a Coca-Cola branded operation over there.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Is there not this cactus cooler not ring your bell?
Yeah, I have had. Trust me, I've had many a cactus cooler in my day.
There?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it such Mountain Dew specific for you?
It's just the best tasting pop.
It's really good. It's soda, not pop.
It just tastes the best.
You weirdo.
Back to this. It's like I get that the podcast is him, but I don't know. Like if I was trying to negotiate a deal for my most important client, I would kind of section that off from my podcast content. And I understand the leak to Shams. That's just agenting 101, right? You get your messaging out there to who you want to do it. But I don't know. It just it landed on me in a way that was like, yeah, that's kind of that tracks. That feels very on brand for them. Basically, just keeping everybody on, which I'm okay with. But it's the acknowledgement that what they're doing that just kind of sat in a weird way with me.
So on Monday night, no, I'm sorry, that was Tuesday night this week.
You moved it.
Lakers talk with me and Geeter. We talked to Robert Horry, and he disagreed in terms of where he thought with what my original kind of process was of where I think LeBron's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of locked in on Cleveland. That's what Robert made the most thought made the most sense, and I think I've heard that more from media members or some of the national guys that are talking about it lately. I had never really seen that. Like, I get it. You go back to where you were from and all that, but I kind of feel like he already went back and won. So if you go back and win again, you're just doing what you did one time. I don't particularly like the makeup of that team, and especially now, given what Donovan Mitchell is going to be making $75 million in 4 years, and Mobley's on a super max, and on and on. And there's still the Harden question, and I don't know. The story just isn't that appealing to me. The Golden State one is the one that I still buy.
Okay.
And because the one thing that they can have, and to try to tie this into like the pitches, to me, if I'm Golden State and I'm leaving I don't have to leave a 1 minute voice note because he's already talked to Draymond and Steph and possibly even Steve Kerr. Yeah. Those are his guys. These are now his peers. These are his friends. This is who he can sit and have a glass of wine with after a game.
You just put your finger on it. We'll come back. I don't want to do it because you just put your finger on exactly what it is that just, I don't want to say bothers me. That's a bit too far, but it feels very unnecessary. We'll get into that in just a little bit. We're still trying to see if we can find Greg for a little first pitch, but we're going to continue the conversation about where LeBron may go, and I want to get that original process that you mentioned there. That's coming up in just a second. Plus, next Saturday, July 18th, join my man, Sua Cravens, Chris Morales, and Greg Bergman. Live broadcast, 1 p.m. at the Wild Fork Match Day Food Fest in Long Beach. First 400 guests score a free Wild Fork gift card. Saturday, July 18th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Admission is free. RSVP at eventbrite.com and search Wild Fork Long Beach Match Food Day Fest. Trudell just encapsulated my feelings perfectly. That's coming up next. It's DeMarco and Trav. Trudell's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
It's time for your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer update. Here's Mario Ruiz.
The first quarterfinal of the 2026 FIFA World Cup is in the books, and it's France moving on with a convincing 2-0 victory over Morocco. Kylian Mbappe was once again the difference maker, scoring 1 goal and adding an assist, while increasing his tournament-leading tally to 8 goals. The French attack looked dangerous from the opening whistle and never allowed Morocco back into the match. With the victory, France becomes the first team to punch its ticket to the semifinals and now awaits the winner of the blockbuster quarterfinal between Spain and Belgium. One step closer to the quarterfinal, and France continues to look like the team to beat.
And that's your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer update. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. From kickoff to the final whistle, performance matters. Keep your vehicle running strong. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a special offer and locations near you.
I was going to join Australia's Thunder from Down Under, but they told me I was 5 packs, short of a 6. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
No shirts, all skin. Australia's Thunder from Down Under. On dresses the 17th.
Number 2.
The biggest soccer watch party of the year is at Sideline Sports Bar the 19th.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Chevy Silverado truck. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 26th.
Morongo. Good times.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Is there any better match than soccer? Our friends at Pizza Hut have 2 winning deals all summer long. Need a quick carryout before kickoff? Grab a large 1-topping pizza for just $9.99. Want more toppings or delivery? Get a large 3-topping pizza for only $12.99, available for delivery or carryout. So whether you're watching every minute or just tuning in for the big moments, Pizza Hut is the winning move this summer of soccer. Order today on the Pizza Hut app or go to pizzahut.com.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-568-2790, 800-568-2790, or biglou.com.
This is the afternoon show with DeMarco and Travis.
Have you slept in silk pajamas yet?
No.
Try it.
Really?
You'll be like, what was I thinking?
Really?
Yeah.
You are hanging out with the Rams Super Bowl champ and Sweet Tea.
You guys like silk, right? No?
Back to the guys.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot right here.
Yeah.
But have you figured out how you're going to do the tiebreaker yet? I hadn't even considered that we were getting close to a tiebreak situation.
Yeah, so in the pool, in the World Cup pool, here, I'm going to give you the rankings, and then real quick. Okay, so DeMarco, 15th, Travis, 14th, Emily, 13th.
Keep going.
Beto, 12th, Cappy, 11th, and then tied for 9, DeAndre and Sedano.
Okay.
So that leaves, with people still alive, that leaves Lindsay, who has Belgium, Funchy, who has England, me with Spain, Mace with Norway, Ireland with Switzerland, Brian with Argentina, Bergie with France, and then, well, Laura actually has been eliminated, but she has the most points by 3. So therefore, I can't eliminate Laura since she's got a really good chance of being in the money.
Sure.
Now, if Spain or England win it all, which would mean 9 more points for me or Funchy, then we would be tied with Laura. No, there could be no other ties, right? That we would be tied with Laura with 25 points. And I should, if I were doing my job properly, This is not like an online thing. I had to do it all by hand.
I was
right?
in the room.
And so I got to do all the math and I have to add everything up. And I should have thought, if two teams tie, what would a tiebreaker be? Now, typically, what you would go to would be goal differential.
Right.
And then the second one would be goals for. The third one would be goals against. Sometimes, though, you have tournaments, and this happens with my kids in soccer. Sometimes a tournament will say our number one tiebreaker, after head-to-head, of course, is goals scored instead of differential.
Okay.
And I don't know, they just want more attacking football or whatever. But I think goal differential is probably the most fair. But I think it would be unfair for me to now say that at this point, because of the differential, like that's going to favor one team or the other.
Yes.
And not necessarily mine. I mean, in this one, I think actually Bergman would I think France probably has the best goal differential. But
I think
anyway.
there has to be some sort of competition. Let's
all
think
about it.
Something that everybody will agree to. It can't be something that is unilaterally imposed on the group. It has to be something that the tiebreaker, the two people involved in the tie. There's no way there's a three-way.
So what we do in my fantasy football league, like if two teams tie for first, you just split the money. That's what we do.
Fine.
It's like,
so you take first and second and split that. And
exactly.
You
You just add the first
It's like
place.
a golf tournament.
So in this case, it's so there's $300 total, right, with 15 teams. Third place gets their money back.
Okay.
And then first gets 200.
280.
First gets 200. Second gets 80. And in this case, you would just split 280, and it'd be 140 each for whoever if you tie for first.
Laura,
I'm okay with that. But okay, so then third place would get their money back, right? And then the second place wouldn't.
Well, okay. Well, here,
you know what I mean?
I thought of one more thing though. And let me just soft launch. Now, this is not going to be something that Laura likes.
Okay.
But to me, the tiebreaker should be who wins the World Cup. Like if the team that actually won it.
No,
which is
don't
what,
do that. Don't do that.
Look,
Don't do that because that favors you. Go away. No.
that would favor me
You
or
didn't put-
Funchy.
that would favor everybody but you.
me.
But the
And
spirit. Okay. Well, let me explain why, and then you can counter.
I'm
okay?
already countering. I don't like this.
Well, here's my explanation. So the spirit of the pool, right, is to have picked the team that has the best chance of winning. Now,
Right.
in the case of this again, I know you're going to hate this, and I'm not saying we're going to do it. This is just my idea, and it is self-serving. Mexico has 12 points, but the group points that they amassed, right, by winning the group stage games, and especially the third one, not quite as significant as a team winning in the semifinal and the final. So basically, what I should have done is weighted the semifinal and the final slightly more than the group stage games.
I hear
because
you.
in this pool, you get the same amount of credit for winning the World Cup final as you do for winning the third game of the group stage, which probably is not representative.
That is a fair argument. I would like to represent you in your case. Do you
Please
mind?
do. No,
Okay.
go ahead.
Here's why that's unfair to her specifically.
Oh, it's definitely unfair to her.
At the place where she picked, which was completely the luck of the draw. It wasn't. She did not pick. What was it? 15th.
Yes.
Because she just happened to be the 15th pick. It was completely random.
Yep.
The odds of her picking a World Cup champion at 15 are virtually zero, right? It would be very, very unlikely to have her first pick off the board at 15 be a team that wins the World Cup, which means
Morocco had a chance, but
she's
yes.
almost eliminated from the jump.
Fair.
And,
Very fair.
And she should be rewarded for finding points outside of the
Agreed.
top 13 picks.
Honestly, I agree. And that would have been. I was just raising the case. But
by the way, I get 30% of
but
all
Laura,
future
I
winnings.
agree,
It's like a,
and that's why for
contingency
me, I would split it because to Travis's point.
I don't mind splitting it.
No, I don't either. But and again, so to Travis's point though, if I had said I'm waiting the semifinal and the final, so maybe you get like one bonus point for winning the semi and 2 bonus points for winning the final or something like that. Now it might not have affected who Laura picked at 15th, but it might have affected who somebody picked at 5 or at 7 or at 9, where they said, okay, this team, like if everything goes perfect, I could see them winning. Although I don't know which team.
Look, it seems like the commissioner, should have thought about this.
Yes, and you didn't.
And DeAndre, just for that, you're being replaced by Morales in next World Cup pool. Anybody else want to try?
Wait, hold on. I have to. So yesterday we talked about Travis's shirt,
By
right?
the way, a third of your winnings is $46.66. So that's
Awesome.
what I expect if it comes
Cool.
my
I'm
way.
game with that. I still get my money and give you some money. We're good. We win. There is a name on the YouTube chat called Laura's Big Back. I love that because I say that all the time that I'm a big back. So the fact that there's somebody named Laura's Big Back and saying Laura's going to win. I need to win, Trudell. So if we tie, I'm okay with splitting the money, and then I got your 46 point whatever it was, Trev.
Yeah.
46-66.
Gotcha.
Right here.
Okay, I got you.
It's documented.
Mark the tape, D.
Yeah, well, look, if Spain wins, then we would tie. If France wins, if Argentina wins, Brian wins outright. If Switzerland wins, Ireland wins outright. I think they're probably going to lose to Argentina, but we'll see.
So who needs to win for Laura to win?
Laura's, I think, best case scenario is that I get to the final and lose to because anybody else that would get there
would I get second then because
Lindsay.
I still have more points?
Okay, so Laura, your best chance to win would be if Belgium wins it all.
Yes, I saw that, but that's not happening.
You would still finish 1 point ahead of Lindsay. If anybody else's team wins, they will at least tie you in the case of me and Funchy, or surpass you in the case of Mason, Ireland, Brian, or Bergman.
So
but
then I still technically get
Can we
second or
tighten this
third,
up
right?
for 2030? So the next time that we do this, this is seamless.
We don't need to wait till 2030 because the European Championships, the Euros,
is that the same?
Are in 2028.
Will I be invested in that the way I've been invested in this?
No, trust me.
Really?
So first of all, is it 6 of the 8 or 5 of the 8 in the quarterfinals were European nations? So we had
not Morocco and
Argentina. Argentina.
Yeah.
And it's 6 European countries, and there are great European teams that didn't even make the World Cup. Italy would be one, and now Ireland's not great, but they're fun. Like there are more good teams.
They're fun because their fans did what Scotland did to Boston, or they're fun because they play fun.
Yeah, because of that. No, the fans. It's just fun to have the Irish
favorite
involved.
Part of the World Cup, other than the games being great, that the fact that the Scots came into Boston and drank the city dry.
No, you get
that is an amazing. that needs to be in history books.
You get the Romanians. You get the Romanians involved. The European Championships, and they mean a ton to the players as well.
Okay.
And now there's also the Gold Cup, which is like South America.
You're getting too deep, Trudell.
I'm just saying, we can do this for not more than the World Cup. And Laura, you're going to tell me you don't want to do it. Oh, I got the last pick, and then you're going to get in the money.
Okay, so all I need to know is either I can tie you, I can get second place, or maybe even third place.
I mean, you're in a strong, in terms of me, you're in a strong position.
Okay,
because
so I can either make my $20 back or get some money back.
I think
I'm okay
you're
with
gonna
that.
Minus 46.66.
I think
if I win it all.
Yes, I think you're going to get your money back. At worst case, I think it would be hard for you not to get your money back.
Okay, also, there is another, what was it, DeAndre? Another name on the
name
YouTube
in
chat.
the YouTube chat. His name is Mountain Dew Boy.
Oh, my man. That's my man. Hey, Mountain Dew Boy, let me know your 3 favorite non-OG flavors. Like, are we doing Code Red? Are we doing Baja Blast? Like, what else?
Emily's about to come off the top rope for Baja Blast. I just know that it's very important.
As well, she should. I agree. It's the top 3 flavor.
She is all in on that. You ready for Far Side?
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
That's next. Trudell's in for D'Marco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA sports talk.
Lyrically, I think it's incredible. It's, yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really
Makes
want.
perfect sense to me.
I want to I want to really, really want to zigzag off.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris
Head to
Morales.
Waba Grill for $5 happy hour, weekdays starting at 2 p.m. Choose from 5-piece dumplings original or chili crisp or a spicy boom boom taco. Pair with your favorite premium or beverage, including our new strawberry watermelon lemonade refresher, both for just $5 only at Waba Grill.
Help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
John Ireland here, and when it comes to vodka, I like a winner, and Blue Ice Vodka delivers. America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
Call Jacob. Hey, Cappy, listen, you get into an action, you call Jacob at 800-345-6789, and there's steps to this. Step 1, get safe.
Yeah, step 2, get medical care.
Step 3, document everything.
Step 4, do not guess what you should say to insurance companies.
No, and step 5, count on Jacob.
Count on Jacob.
Accident
or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
ESPN LA fans, join us Friday, July 10th at Hollywood Park Casino for the Kickin' It at the Park tailgate party as we broadcast live with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Come tailgate for the quarterfinal and unforgettable final World Cup game at SoFi. Cheer on your team and enjoy HBC's new outdoor bar. Hollywood Park Casino, the only spot where you can park, party, and play 24/7 is LA's hottest card room, and it just got hotter during the epic Summer of Soccer. Friday, July 10th at Hollywood Park Casino. For more info, go to playhbc.com or follow us at PlayHBC. Must be 21 plus to enter.
The home of USC football, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is the D'Marco and Travis Afternoon Show right here on ESPN LA.
The Far Side.
And it's time for The Far Side, presented by our friends at Highlands.
The Far Side.
Weekday afternoons at 4 p.m.
Time for The Far Side with D'Marco Farr, right now on the Travis and D'Marco Afternoon Show on ESPN LA.
Go ahead.
It's The Far Side, but it's not D'Marco. It's a pinch-hitting Far Side.
Mountain Dew boy.
With me. Mountain Dew guy is my friend.
Oh. Hey, Mountain Dew boy responded, by the way.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
He said, original.
Yep, obviously.
Code Red.
Yep.
And he said, Baja Blast Citrus.
This guy's a genius. That's my 3, too.
He's also like 10.
Tell him.
Yeah.
We can hang out, he and I. Ask him if he likes cheese. Because if he doesn't like cheese, then we're soulmates.
No white sauce,
You
right?
guys may be from genetically
If he
identical.
doesn't like cheese but loves frosting and hates ranch and blue cheese and any white sauce, then that's even more up my alley.
You are like a color phobic with your food is very bizarre to me.
Those are the weird ones. I put them up off the top. Other than that, like I'll eat pretty much anything. I love spicy stuff. I'll eat like any kind of food for the most part. I just don't like cheese or white sauces. This is not what my Far Side is about, though. I wanted to keep it in the soccer family just because I feel like I can. When I come in next week, you're probably already going to be on to the next thing, and you're just going to want to talk about the Dodgers and the Rams.
Not
and stuff.
next week because there's no baseball next week.
After the final.
Yes.
Okay. So something that's been bothering me for many, many years and continues to. Are you familiar with the yellow card suspension rule?
This is my understanding. Tell me if it's right.
Okay.
I know that if you get 2, then it adds up to a red in one match. Is that right?
Yes, that's not what I'm talking about, but that is correct. Yes.
But if you accumulate a certain amount of them over a predetermined amount of time, you are suspended for a future game.
Yes, and here's
like
the
technicals in the NBA.
Except that it's much more punitive than the technicals in the NBA.
Okay.
So the most famous NBA example that we can all think of is probably Draymond Green, when his number accumulated to the point where he actually was suspended for an NBA Finals game. Now, it almost came up again with Victor Wembanyama in this most current playoff run. But that was for multiple flagrants plus multiple technicals. Like you have to get, I think it's like 5 or 6 that accumulate just to miss one game over the course of a certain period in the playoffs. Like, and it's meant to give guys room to actually play hard. Okay. Whereas in the World Cup, in the group stage, if you get 2 yellows, so just you have a yellow card in 2 games, then you have to miss a game.
That's stupid.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
It's just absurd. Now, same thing once you get to the knockout round. If you were to get a yellow card in your round of 32 game and in your round of 16 game, you miss the quarterfinal. It's just too much.
Let's say you got it.
The punishment does not merit that much because a yellow card could simply just be like just a normal tackle, a hard tackle. Okay, that's a yellow. And then you basically have to play cautious or your team sits you,
right?
Trying to prevent it. In why? It's not that violent. The sport is not so violent that we have to worry this much about it. It's the same thing with the straight red, with the cleats on the ankle. Well, was it intentional? It wasn't intentional. Then don't give them the red card. It's too punitive. We have to change these rules in soccer. It's ruined games. It's ruined how players can play. And for what?
I think, you know what all this comes back to? Honestly, replay. That you could probably rewind this entire thing and replay and technology, because there are so many cameras at these games, and that we've introduced instant replay in virtually every sport that we care about. And the cameras and the technology are so good that you can see everything in a frame by frame, and that the context gets lost almost immediately. That when you go into a frame by frame situation, whether it's did he catch it or did he not in football, and the ball just wiggles for one frame in the camera, it's like, oh, that's an incomplete pass, when it clearly is not. To your point about the cleats being on the ankle, it's like, well, if I stop it and the cleats are on the ankle in that one frame, sure, it looks like a dangerous play and might be worthy of a red card. But in the context of the game, that if it happens and the official's right there and he determines it's not a risky play and he doesn't pull the red card, that almost doesn't even matter anymore. They can do the little box thing that we've talked about, the VAR, and go to it. That without technology and without the incessant replay, I think we get less of what you're talking about.
And so that's all true. This has been a problem, though, for 100 years, like long before replay. The difference, though, and maybe this is to your point, 50 years ago, you could get away with a lot more in the box because the referee is going to be 30 yards away from you. The linesman can't really see it. Even when I was playing in high school, like that was when if somebody was playing dirty on me throughout the game and I was an attacking player, so players all the time, they would just be fouling and slide tackling. I would get retribution in the box. So on corner kicks, and I would tell the guy first, I'm like, if you keep pulling my jersey and elbowing me and doing all this cheap stuff, I'm going to elbow you in the middle of the box and I'm going to hit you hard right back. And not that I'm some tough guy or anything, but just it's about the only deterrent you can have as an attacking player. You can't do that anymore because it's gonna get picked up on camera, like in terms of the actual professionals. So that alone, the cameras and everything in VAR, which I hate, but it does police the game to an extent that you thus do not need these punitive measures for yellow cards and for red cards and the like. And it's ridiculous. It's gone too far, and I want it to stop. And I just don't know that FIFA is particularly motivated to change anything because clearly they do whatever the hell they want.
They do whatever the hell they want, and I think they're getting the results that they want. I think they're getting, and this is not specific to FIFA, but I think FIFA is a good example of it, is that if you have a governing body that can manipulate things that are at least somewhat explainable to people and say, like, look, this is why we've made this decision with the cards or the VAR or whatever it is, that you can nudge this thing a little. It's not a straight out fix necessarily, but it's more like just tilting the field a little bit in one direction. If they really would rather have, you tell me if this is wrong. This could be wrong, feels right. It's better for soccer, generally speaking, in the world if Argentina continues to play. The longer Messi is in this tournament, the better it is for everybody. That if Egypt went through, it is good for Egyptians and it is good for Egypt soccer fans, but the rest of the world, guys like me, are a little less invested because I know Messi. He's one of the few guys that I'm invested in.
Maybe, but you wanted Cabo Verde to beat.
I did.
Because you wanted the underdog.
Absolutely. That was a very unique set of circumstances because they have a goalie that's 78 years old and that guy's pulling off that crazy shot. That was a very specific set.
So Egypt, despite being an underdog, would not have inspired you
it
as
wasn't
much.
the same. Egypt's a big country with millions of people. It's like it's a little bit of a different as opposed to Tucson, Arizona, getting into the World Cup situation like Capo Verde was.
Yeah.
But it feels like they just kind of can manipulate this thing in a certain way if they want a certain result. Not outright fix it, but put their thumb on the scale.
Well, there's one other element. If I were to make a counterpoint, and I don't know if D'Marco typically does that when he's making an argument and then goes against it, but I'm curious about your take on this. There is one thing that I like about these suspensions. If I'm a bench player on one of these teams, and Mom, I swear I'm on the team. I know you don't see me, but there are 23 roster spots. And only 15 guys play. So there's 8 dudes there, and they're the ones that, like, when they're warming up, they're trying to they're in the vest and they're like they're trying to do weird stuff with their body just so they can maybe be like, hey honey, you see me on TV there on IG? I'm on the team. I'm on the team. And because even the team picture, it's only the starters.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, no, so before every game, the starters line up and and it's like those are kind of for posterity.
Okay.
It's like, here's who started the game.
Oh,
there
okay.
are 5 subs now, so they're not in that photo.
I don't like that.
And then there are guys that aren't even going to play. So for those guys, they're like, come on, man, get another yellow. Get another yellow. Get another yellow. And I kind of get it. It's like when an NBA player, in the case of Draymond Green, if you miss a game in the finals, it's like, okay, who's the guy that's going to be trusted the most? Who's going to start? So that's the one part of me, and the one part, by the way, of tanking that sometimes I don't mind, and that it does give opportunity to some more players to show what they can do. Is that fair?
Yeah, that is fair. I'm kind of stuck on the little the vest that they wear. They look like Home Depot guys. And DeAndre, you are a Home Depot guy. Did you have to wear you guys wore aprons at Home Depot, right?
Yeah,
aprons,
the orange apron.
Yeah, I worked at Sears. We had to wear little red vests.
Oh yeah, sure.
Didn't love the vest.
Well,
it felt very. I don't know what it felt like, but it didn't feel good.
That's one thing though. I think the thing that you would like less in soccer is that a lot of the training gear below the training shirt, it basically is like a man bra.
Okay.
And it's because they
can't they wear a jersey like everyone else?
They wear the man bra because it keeps in a device that basically measures your heart rate and measures your speed and
that's fine.
All that. No, but I'm just saying it doesn't look. I don't think the bra looks great on the guy.
No, that's fine. But like for instance, when
the apron's fine.
When let's pick a guy. When Miguel Rojas is not starting for the Dodgers, they don't make him wear a vest in the dugout. He still gets to wear his Dodger jersey. Why can't these guys wear their jerseys?
Well, because they are warming up on the sideline.
Yeah.
And if they just have their jersey on, they look like they're in the game.
Well, they're out of bounds.
I know, but it's like in the NBA, there's no warming up. Like during timeouts, you might have a guy kind of go out and kind of, like take maybe a shot or two, but it's kind of discouraged because you don't want everybody out there taking shots.
I feel like they're marginalizing the bench guys. I want the bench guys to feel like they're a part of the group.
It's just the penny. It's just kind of part of the deal. It's also a big thing for in practice, just like in NBA practice or whatever. Like it's not shirts and skins.
Purple and yellow.
Yeah,
I get it.
Or white. Yeah,
yeah.
Gold, by the way, not yellow.
No more vests. I talked to the.
You're anti-vest.
Yes, I'm anti. Marginalizing the non-starters. As someone who wasn't always a starter, I didn't want to be over there in some uniform that's basically a clarion call to everybody like, I'm barely on the team. I'm only here if a guy gets 5 red cards and gets kicked out of the game, or 3 guys, twist their ankles. Like, I'm really not here. Like, Alex Call, despite being the worst, challenger in the history of the ABS system, is a member of the Dodgers. Despite the fact that he very rarely plays, he still gets to go out there in his Dodger jersey, and I think that should be the same in soccer.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to agree or accept it, but you make a valid point, and I'd like to see a picture of DeAndre in the apron from Home Depot.
Did you? You had to wear it, right?
Yeah, I got a picture.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll send it in the back. And then
did you like that job?
You know what? I did actually.
I liked my job at Sears too.
Yeah.
I didn't like the vest, but I liked the job.
Yeah, I didn't like the vest either.
Yeah.
By the way, because we were carrying like tape and carrying all.
You were in lawn and garden, right?
Oh yeah. So I had a whole bunch of supplies on me.
You want to know my first job? My first job was a soccer referee.
But I thought you were a boat like Parker.
That wasn't my first job.
Okay.
That was when I was coming back in college. When I was coming back.
Okay.
My first job when I was like in the summer when I was 15. Was I worked at a gas station that had a car wash, and so I worked like the register.
Okay.
And then I worked the car wash.
Drying the cars?
Well, no, it's an automatic car wash.
Okay.
But like, so someone would come and they would buy a car wash, and then one of the 2 workers would have to go back to just press the button to let them go through. And so there were codes for different things, and of course there was a free code. And my dad took full advantage of the free code. I'm like, Dad, you've been here 4 straight days. Can you be a little more subtle about it? Like, I get it's bad weather, and and by the way, it was like a minivan or a Ford Taurus station wagon because he had a company car from 3M, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing. But I'm like, Dad, like I might have to charge you one of these times, like if the boss is here. And anyway, that was my first job.
What was the car like? Probably $6.
Oh, at the time, less than that. Yeah. It was probably like in 1995 or whatever. 1992 was probably $4.
I respect your dad completely that he took full advantage of that. I would have done the exact same thing.
Full advantage.
I very, very deep respect for Mr. Trudell.
Okay, so yesterday during Farside, I said that I had a very weird / kind of traumatic.
Oh, your McDonald's thing.
The McDonald's thing.
Did you hear this, Trudell?
No.
So we went to McDonald's, my niece and I, and I'll spare you the details, but the person that was at the drive-thru charging me and giving me the food had like a complete breakdown. And like they had crying. So, Travis, you said I would go back, right? If
I want to make sure the guy's okay.
So yesterday, my niece and I passed through McDonald's, and I was like, you know what? There's no line. So we went through, and we just ordered her fries, whatever, just so we can go through the thing. And it was the older lady that had comforted him that was there. And I actually asked, like, hey, is he okay? And she was like, yeah, he's fine. He no longer works here.
Oh, no.
She's like, it wasn't because we fired him. Is he didn't want to be here anymore. She's like, but I think it's the best thing for him. And I was like, poor guy. I felt so bad.
It's funny. I was thinking about that guy last night. I feel terrible for that kid. Join the Sedano and Cap Morning Show live, Hollywood Park Casino, tomorrow, 7 to 10 a.m. Come hang with the morning crew. Get ready for the quarterfinal at SoFi, Spain and Belgium, powered by Milagro Tequila. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila, please enjoy responsibly. Is Greg available for first pitch next? Are we doing that?
Yeah.
That's coming up next. We'll talk about Alex Call and his very bizarre decision to challenge twice in the first inning of a 3-run game. That's coming up next. DeMarco and Trav, 710 ESPN.
The personalities you know.
So I shot back. I said, at least our last Super Bowl team is still alive.
Wow. That's dark.
I apologize to all the living Super Bowl championship Raiders.
The personalities you know, the teams you love, the station you spend time with every day. LA's mega sports station. ESPN LA 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Great teams walk in with the playbook, so why face your family's future without one? Globe Life makes protecting the people you love simple, and with Globe Life, it's never been any easier. You can apply for coverage online or with an agent in just minutes. No complicated strategy, just straightforward protection from a name you already trust. Get your free quote today at globelifeinsurance.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
You know, I've been in LA a long time, and when somebody asks me who to call after an accident, my answer is simple. Call attorney Big Al. That's my guy and my MVP for accident attorneys. Big Al's been helping people across California for over 15 years. And as an LA native and a huge sports fan, oh my God, can that guy go on hockey? Oh, he understands this community. If you're hurt in a car, truck, motorcycle, Uber, or Lyft accident, even if you're hit while walking or biking, you don't have to figure all this out on your own. I always tell people, call Big Al before you call the insurance company. He and his team will help guide you through the process, protect your rights, and fight for the compensation you may deserve. Big Al and his team are available 24/7. They never close. Consultations are free, and if there's no recovery, there's no fee. Just one call can make all the difference, my friend. So make sure you get this right. Call attorney Big Al right now. 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123.
Attorney Big Al's attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
Summer of soccer is here, and there's no better place to watch than Rockin' Brews. Catch every match on massive LED screens with surround sound, drink specials, and game day favorites like our new El Clasico burger. Whether you're backing Team USA or cheering on your home country, grab your crew, raise a glass, and catch every match at Rockin' Brews, serving those who rock. Visit rockinbrews.com for your nearest location.
I was going to join Australia's Thunder from Down Under, but they told me I was 5 packs, short of a 6. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
No shirts, all skin. Australia's Thunder from Down Under. Undresses the 17th.
Number 2.
The biggest soccer watch party of the year is at Sideline Sports Bar, the 19th.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Chevy Silverado truck. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner, the 26th.
Morongo, good times.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place and you don't even own a pool.
Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour weekdays starting at 2 p.m. Choose from 5-piece dumplings original or chili crisp or a spicy boom boom taco. Pair with your favorite premium with beverage, including our new strawberry watermelon lemonade refresher. Both for just $5 only at Waba Grill.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
It's D'Marco Farr and Travis Rodgers.
Just all right. All right.
It's cool.
By the way, I think that's the first time I ever said I.
Afternoons with D'Marco and Travis rolls on.
Did I get it out in one piece?
Back to the guys.
No better way to welcome Greg into the show than a little Funky Town.
Funky Town.
You're actually kind of funky.
I am kind of funky.
This was your walk-up song, wasn't it, Greg?
I mean, maybe next time it will be.
What was your walk-up song?
It was AC/DC.
Back in Black?
No, it wasn't Back in Black. I don't even remember which one it is at this point. But it was. I liked the lead up as I was walking in.
Thunderstruck?
I think it was Thunderstruck.
Okay.
That's the cowboy dancer or cowboy girl song that they do. My wife watches that show on Netflix.
Oh, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's
Haven't watched it yet.
the famous thing where they come into the stadium, and apparently that's the big thing.
I don't know if I told you this. I told DeAndre this. We were talking about, are you a, what's the name of that show you guys were talking about?
Love Island.
Love Island.
Yeah.
Are you a Love Island person?
Yes, but Britain, not the USA.
Oh, you like the
I don't
European
like the US.
version.
I just think the English people are just funnier.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. But it's weirdly intoxicating. Like, I want to keep watching it. Like, so because the Dodgers were playing the Rockies, and like, really, how much does that series really matter to everything at this point?
Not at all, actually.
Not at all. So I have the game on my phone while Gene is watching.
Oh, big screen Love Island.
Big screen is Love Island, and I have the game on my phone, and I'm watching.
Usually,
I still get everything.
Usually, I would argue with you, but I don't even think that's a big. With the Rockies on July 8th, that's probably
that
the
was
right
the
decision.
only reason. Any other series, I think I would have been like, I need it on the TV. But because it's the Rockies, like, you can watch.
Because you were watching on your phone as opposed to on your regular TV. Were you as angry at Alex Call as you should have been?
Oh yeah. No, I was still very angry.
What was he doing?
Bayo was getting knocked out early on.
I understand that mistakes happen, and it happens. It's sports, and you make bad decisions. I get it, but that was like on a level above and beyond your normal bad decision. And you could see the catcher for the Rockies just started laughing the second he challenged the second pitch. He's like, dude, do you know what you just did to your team?
What did you do?
Like, what did you just do?
Did you see him look into the dugout and look at Andy Paez, and Paez and him were like going back and forth?
No.
And like kind of laughing a little bit?
I know who wasn't laughing.
Yeah.
Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts was not.
Yeah.
But no, it was more, I'm not sure if it was laughing. It was more of like a smile of like, dude, like I understand where you're at right now, because he does that stuff too. So it was just the most asinine thing to do. Back-to-back pitches. The first one, look, he shouldn't have done it, but it was at the top of the zone. It barely ticked the zone, and it turned out to be a strike. You cannot do it on the next pitch.
No. And the next pitch wasn't close.
No, it was right there.
Clearly a strike, and there's a lot of things where the Dodgers had already plated 3 runs.
Yep.
So you're playing the Rockies. 3 runs is a good start. It's the first inning. We're good to go. We're off to a good start. This feels like we're trending in the right direction. We don't need to tack on right now necessarily. So that's number 1. Number 2 is you're Alex Call. You know that if you're Freddie Freeman or Mookie Betts and you want to take a shot, knock yourself out. You've earned the right to kind of go do what you want. Number 3, you cannot do it twice in one at bat. No. Even later in the game, unless the game is hanging in the balance and you're just hoping. But I cannot understand. It's almost to the point where you need to set a rule for the team that was so bad. The fear of it happening again is, guys, unless we're beyond the 5th inning, we're just not going to challenge.
Do you think a manager, or I guess it could be, the president of the whole club, but do you think a manager will just be like, all right, guys, this is out of your hands now?
Well, a manager can't do it, though. Can't call it.
Well, okay, but the manager can't
no.
No, but they can change the rule though.
The manager can issue an edict saying don't.
No, that's
do
what
it.
I'm saying. But the manager can communicate with the player, can he? Like
no,
if the player...
while he's at the bat, no, absolutely not. No.
No, it has to be almost instantaneous.
Right. So there's only three people that can. There's only three people that can challenge: the catcher, the pitcher, or the batter.
And
that's
if you
it.
turn to look to the dugout, you've forfeited your right.
So then
to
the
do
manager just has to have an individual conversation with each guy and be like, nope, no longer able to do it.
Eric Karros, who was calling the game last night, I thought made it the best point, which is you have to know the game situation. You have to know when there are leverage situations and when they weren't. And this was the least leveragey situation that you could possibly come up with. And like I said during Cross, even if Shohei Ohtani had done that, if I'm Dave Roberts, I'm saying something. Even Shohei, that would be so bad. It's like, listen, man, I get it, your show, but hey, man, let's do better on that. That's where it ends with Shohei.
Right.
But with Call,
it's like, what you actually sit him down and be like, dude, what the hell are you even thinking?
I would remove his ability to challenge pitch.
Didn't somebody ask Roberts about this after the game or Call about it? Did they?
I didn't see him asked about it.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it if he did either.
Oh.
But see, like a little bit different than you, Trev. It's not about the inning for me as much as it is the situation. And the situation in this one, that was not the right call. And even if that's why I give him the pass on the first ball, because you have a runner on second. You're trying to get as many runs across as you can. The pitcher is at 40 pitches at that point. Like he's going or getting close to 40 pitches. You have him on the ropes. You can really push this game out of reach at that point and go right into their bullpen. That's fine. The second one is never okay. Your second challenge, at that point you say, I cannot use a challenge until the end of the game.
I totally get that this could occasionally blow up in your face. The idea of trying to back pocket your challenges until later in the game, because I get it, that the game doesn't always turn in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. Sometimes the biggest play of the game is in the 4th inning. I totally understand that. Sometimes. I would rather be a little more cautious than not when it comes to these things. I would rather have them late in the game. And the idea of burning two of them in the first inning on Alex Call on one borderline and then one just incredibly bad decision is nuts.
Or do we almost just take the year and just even something I get like this was egregious, but just be like everybody is still learning the rhythm of it. And when you're up to bat, like you have a lot to think about. Right? Okay, what pitch is going to throw? He's thrown this early in the game. This is the pitch that he got me out on. Okay, here's the count. There's so much going on that then are there a lot of guys that are up there and it still doesn't occur to them when they see a bad call or a bad pitch yet?
It's an interesting question, but you know what jumped out at me in this, and I'm not accusing him of this, but this crossed my mind. It was an incredibly selfish thing to do.
It really was.
It was I have a chance to get some RBIs here. I have a chance to do something for me. This doesn't help the team necessarily. This might help Alex Call in this situation. It smacked of selfishness to me.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, but that's so weird because it's not who Alex Call is. He's the guy that bat flips when he walks, like, which I love to say. It's the greatest thing in the world. He walks and he throws the bat. It's like, it's crazy. So, like, this is who he is. He's up there to take professional at-bats, to walk, to get on base, to get little flare shots, and that's really about it. He has one home run on the year, and it was like, whoa, Alex Call got a home run. You're not expecting him to drive in runs.
You're not expecting him to be knuckleheaded like that.
No, you're not. And to do it twice in a row and then strike out afterwards. Now, maybe if he would have gotten a hit, you've done something.
And he swung at a pitch that wasn't even close to the strike.
No,
it was about as bad of an at-bat as you could possibly have.
In fairness, if he would have had another pitch that he could that he could have not swung and put his finger up.
If he was really feeling it, even after he swung through it, he would have tapped again. As he's going back to the dugout, he taps the third time. Real quick, what do you think the plan, and let's assume that the Dodgers, I'll give it to you two ways. Let's do it this way first. The Dodgers heading into the playoffs are as currently constructed. They're basically what they are right now. No Snell, no Glass now. The bullpen is back. That Edwin Diaz is back.
Phillips.
They're good
Stewart,
to
all those guys. Trinan's back.
What do you do with Roki Sasaki in the postseason?
That's a really good question. I think you put him back into a role in the bullpen, just like you're going to put Robleski, just like you're going to put Sheehan in there. And it's for more of a not higher leverage, maybe as somebody where, let's say Snell goes out there and he goes 2 2/3 and you need some length. That's where you go Rock.
So that's like a mop-up situation?
I think so. I don't really know where else you can put him. He's just on such a roller coaster.
Not on the roster.
Not on the roster. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, what role does he fill?
Mop up.
Yeah, but again, they're really, if you need to cover a bunch of innings, in the situation that you're talking about, let's say Blake Snell gives up 3 runs in the first 2 innings, you got to go get him.
Yeah.
Okay? The game's still not out of hand, right? If it's 3-0 after 2 innings or even 4-0 after 2 innings, the game is not out of hand.
Especially with this team.
I'm not putting Roki out there. I'm going to go to Will Klein. I'm going to go to Henriquez. I'm going to start to 1 inning this thing and basically try to bullpen day it. There really is, he doesn't throw strikes a ton. He's not, you listen to talk about what you're asking Trudell about. Yep. What did he ask about Alex Call? Like, they asked Dave a lot about Roki after the game. And every time he talks about Roki is, I want to see competitiveness. I want to see competitiveness, which is basically him saying, I'm not seeing competitiveness. He gave him a little bit of credit for kind of coming back, but that guy rolls a lot, and you can't roll in the postseason. I as currently constructed, he doesn't make it.
So, I agree. I think you're absolutely right. There's one thing that's just kind of holding me back a little bit is that Dave Roberts, especially in the postseason, is not afraid to punt a game and to save his bullpen to move to another day. So if Blake Snell does this, give up 4 and 2 runs, that he's like, I'd rather have somebody just go out there, give me 5 innings, whether or not they get hit up or they don't get hit up.
What was that guy's name they used in the A's game the other
Honeywell.
day?
Oh, no,
Honeywell did that for a while.
He did, right.
They did it with the A's guy the other night.
Oh,
where they,
Wyatt Mills?
Yeah,
Wyatt Mills.
The guy that came in like the second inning, gave up a home run in the first pitch. He pitched the rest of the game.
No, he pitched. Was it not Wyatt Mills? It was the guy that came that Wyatt Mills.
It wasn't Mills.
Up for.
It
no,
was
it's the other one. I know
somebody
who you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I can't think of it. But he likes to just punt games. So if Roki goes out there and he gives up 6 runs over 6 innings, and you get through 8 innings with saving your bullpen for the next game, I can see that happening.
If they get their guys back, and they likely will, if you have Snell and Glasnow, again, assuming the bullpen is flush with the arms that you want, he's not going to pitch in the postseason. He won't even be there.
You know, the more I think about it, he's still going to have Wroblewski in there.
Wroblewski and Sheehan go to the pen.
Yeah, Wroblewski, Sheehan, and if they do not trade Eric Lauer like you think he is, Eric Lauer goes to the pen. They also can eventually bring up somebody like a Gavin Stone who's going to be coming around eventually. There's enough dudes.
They're so good that they're literally developing a project at the major league level, and they've got a 14-game lead in the division.
It's ridiculous.
So I was just adding some stuff up, like with run differential, which I always think is kind of fun.
They're like 180 or something like that.
So what do you guys think the combined run differential for the Dodgers and the Padres? So basically, the Dodgers plus and then the Padres, whatever that. What do you think that combined is?
The gap between the two of them?
The gap between the two, yes.
Probably a couple hundred runs.
I think it's I'm going to say, I'm just going to put a number 173 because they're minus, I believe.
I'm going to guess 210.
Okay, it's 205.
Yeah. 205.
Yeah. So the Dodgers are plus 164. The Padres are minus 41.
The Padres have been dreadful for a month.
So
I thought they were minus 5.
They've been dreadful for a month.
I wanted to compare this to some other teams or some other divisions.
Oh, they did lose 23-3.
That didn't help.
Yeah. So, what do you think the same thing is for the Brewers and the Cubs?
I know the Brewers have a really good run differential.
It is pretty good.
Yep.
The Cubs are, I think,
60.
Right, I'm going to say 92.
So so 83. Right, because the Cubs are actually also they're plus
negative
50.
also. Oh,
now that helped by beating the Padres by 100 or whatever.
Oh yeah, the 23-3.
Okay, so then what do you think for Braves and Philly?
Philly's got off to a terrible start.
But they've
been much
hot.
better lately.
Yeah. I don't think the Braves are that high
30.
in the run differential. I'm going to say 45.
Okay, so 105 because the Braves are plus 95. Philly is minus 10.
Phillies are, remember, they were terrible.
They were so bad.
Just real quick, the other one, so Mariners, Rangers, it's 39 because the Mariners are plus 24, Rangers minus 15.
But that's terrible anyway, plus 24.
Yeah.
Rays and Yankees is the weird one. The Rays are plus 28, the Yankees are plus 85, and the Rays are up by 4 games. So it just kind of shows you about how those two teams.
Two bad weeks for the Yankees.
The Yankees have been a dreadful mess.
Yeah.
Like
And they're
on the
plus
level
85.
of like the Mets. That bad.
And then the White Sox plus 13, Guardians minus 9.
Story of the year with the White Sox, by the way. Three consecutive 100-loss seasons, and they're in first place in
47
July.
and 45.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Call 877-710 ESPN. Let's say, how about right now? Caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of general admission tickets to experience the 2026 T-Mobile All-Star Game at Cosm on Tuesday, July 14th. Experience every pitch, every hit, and every highlight on Cosm's incredible immersive displays. For more information and tickets, visit Cosm.com. Only with ESPN LA. Caller number 7, 4-pack tickets to watch the All-Star game at Cosm on the 14th, 877-710 ESPN right now. Kawhi Leonard is not officially a member of the Raptors yet. We'll get into that and what that may mean. That's coming up next. Trudell is here for D'Marco on a Thursday on 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about my good friends. I've known these guys for years now at Rotolo Chevrolet. Mike Posio, who you see on TV, you see Mike having a great time. He's dancing. He's a super guy, but what he is he's incredible at what he does. He makes sure that every single person that comes onto the lot at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana has an experience that they're not going to forget, has an experience that you're going to tell your friends. That's how he knows he's going to win another Dealer of the Year award. That's how they've won 14 in a row already, by taking great care of you. And he makes sure that everybody at Rotolo Chevrolet understands the same assignment. To his son, Michael, to Armando Rojo, the general manager, right on down the line. And I've been through it, from the sales to the financing, all of it. They don't miss a trick. You know what's up. You've bought cars at the place, you're like, hey, man, that doesn't feel right. Never at Rotolo Chevrolet. Courteous, transparent, and upfront. You're going to love your purchase from Rotolo. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. All the Silverados, all of them, everything that you can imagine, right there at Rotolo Chevrolet. And if you're not on the east side, if you're not in the 909, if you're not out by Riverside, if you're not in Fontana, no problem. RotoloChevy.com, ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com, and make sure they know that Travis sent you in to Rotolo Chevrolet.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
I wanted the U.S. to win.
No, I don't think so.
I did. I just didn't believe they would win. So here's the difference between you and me.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm a realist, and you're not.
That's right.
Okay.
Because I believe.
I am not going to fool myself into believing something that I don't believe.
Oh, I believe.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
DraftKings is live in all 50 states. That means us, California. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round. And DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in California, so whether you're catching the early kickoff, before work, the late match at the bar, you're in on every single minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in California, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. And new DraftKings customers, sign up with code LA710, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code LA710 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo.
Hey guys, if you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that could last for weeks. Getting sick right before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy can be really stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Packs to treat wide ranges of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. You just match your
Head to
symptoms
Waba Grill
the
for $5 happy hour. Weekdays starting at 2 p.m. Choose from 5-piece dumplings original or chili crisp or a spicy boom boom taco. Pair with your favorite premium beverage, including our new strawberry watermelon lemonade refresher. Both for just $5 only at Waba Grill.
710. Promo code is 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And it is the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show, 4 o'clock hour, the 4 p.m. Waba Grill Happy Hour. Waba Grill's weekday happy hour now starts at 2 p.m. until close and is packed with even more flavor. Choose 5-piece dumplings, original or new chili crisp, or a boom boom taco. Boom boom bam! Paired with a value-sized premium Waba beverage, get both for just $5. Only at Waba Grill. The 4 p.m. Waba Grill Happy Hour rolls on the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show on ESPN LA.
Before we get to Kawhi, you putting your banana over there.
1 second.
What is that? The chocolate sauce?
Yeah, so I have a like a Nutella to go little pack here.
That's hilarious.
And I saw
You are a child.
well, I was running out the door to get here at just before halftime of the France game. And I typically would have just grabbed the Nutella to go thing, but I'm like, I saw the bananas there. My wife gets on me sometimes. She's like, you see all the fruit, it's right here. But if it isn't like cut up and prominently displayed like on the table, I may not see it in the fridge, or I may not find it.
Did you have food trauma as a child? Did
No,
something happen to you?
I just it's more of just like what's quick and what's easy and what's tasty.
What's quicker than
good.
a banana? You just
no, I did. I grabbed the
peel
banana
it and eat it.
I got it right here. But you know what tastes better than a banana? A banana with a little Nutella on it.
No.
So
You're wrong.
I use the sticks that come, the breadsticks that come with the Nutella to
Are
go.
those breadsticks or the little cookies? I've never had.
Hold on here. I'll show you. Right. So like this. Right. I pull the banana down a little bit.
Yeah.
Use a little stick. Boom.
Use it as like a little butter,
apply a little
knife.
Nutella as if it's a knife. I'll put that back in there for there, and then I take a little bite.
That is a very little bite. That banana you're gonna take you like 30 bites to eat.
that was
one.
a little
No. It's because I'm
banana.
on the air right now, and I didn't want to take a big one that I had to then chew.
Yeah, but a banana is like a 4-bite fruit.
Not if you're
Glad that
Trudell.
getting your chocolate allocation.
No, can I tell
today.
just a quick thing about the Nutella
Please,
to go?
Go, yeah, be my
So
guest.
we had kids over for the Team USA game, right?
Okay.
So it's basically like my boys, they're friends from their school, or they're about to be 6th graders, and then some of the parents, like a lot of our really good friends. And so, so you do the Costco and the Target rounds, and you buy all the snacks. So one specific kid, I'm not going to say who it is. Okay, one specific kid had 13 packs of Gushers. Like literally, it was somewhere between 10 and 14, but I'm guessing.
Refresh
13.
my memory. I think I know what is that those little
fruit
lifesavers
snacks pack.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Gushers. The fruit snacks. Come on, Travis. You know what Gushers are?
My kids are adults now.
Hold
It's been
on,
a long
guys.
time since I've had Gushers in the house.
You know what Gushers are?
I do know. Yes.
You know what Gushers are?
They're fruit snacks. I'm
Fruit
on
snacks.
board now.
Okay. So and then also, I had also seen him have at least 2. Now there are like 24, at least 2 of the Nutella to go. So I'm kind of in the fridge. I'm getting somebody a drink or whatever, and the same kid comes back
Mountain
up.
Dew?
No, I was serving like wine and beer. Did I have a Mountain Dew that day? I don't think so.
I'm sure you did.
I think I had a dirty Mountain Dew.
Wait.
They're in store. They're in like Ralph's right now. It's basically like cream soda. For some reason, they're calling it Dirty Mountain Dew. It's another.
Go
just
on.
Let me get back to this.
I'm sorry.
So this kid, I'm in the fridge and I see the kid. He kind of pulls the cabinet open and he's like looking in the cabinet and he looks over at me. He's like, "Is there any more Nutella to go? Is there any more Nutella?" And I look down at this kid and I see where in the cabinet the Nutella is. And I go, "Sorry, buddy, it's all gone." Shoo them away. There are like 3 left. I take them out of the cabinet. I put them up in a different, just for the point of principle. I'm like, "Look, buddy, I'm not going to tell you that you can't have any more. It's my house. Take whatever you want. But you've had 46 different combinations of snacks, just you alone. Leave some for the other kids. Some other kid might want 1 pack of Gushers. You know what I'm saying? There's always the one kid.
Look, I appreciate you trying to make sure that everybody gets their fair share, but I'm not going to lie, Trudell. I am so badly rattled by the dirty Mountain Dew that you might have been enjoying. It's gonna stick with me. Like
when I saw it, I thought that it meant. So I thought like if you're in Utah or something, they have soda shops where you can kind of.
I've heard about that.
You can kind of mix up your soda, and that's kind of what it is. Where you buy or you order a Mountain Dew, but then there's 15 other combinations like coconut. you could get put in there, and it just sweetens it up.
Because if one thing Mountain Dew needs, it needs to be a little
exactly,
sweeter.
Exactly.
I just looked it up, man. They really have a dirty Mountain Dew, and it says.
What do you think? I made it up.
It really says cream soda.
A home
yeah,
concoction
that's what it is.
Made.
And it's not, by the way, as good as Mountain Dew or Baja Blast or Code Red.
Code Red.
Shout out to Mountain Dew boy. Did he say anything else, by the way, about cheese or?
Oh, he did. He did respond to the cheese. He said. He said, "No, Trudell, that's a miss on that one." He said, "I like cheese."
Okay, most people do.
I've been toying with the idea, and I've done it a handful of times. But and saw DeAndre and Laura out at Jorge's folks' place for the Mexico World Cup watch party. We had a great time. I've had a thing at my house a handful of times over the years where Morales and Jorge and others have come over. I'm thinking, I'd like to do it again and just have people over and hang out a little bit and have some beers and whatnot. I really want you to come. I really want you to come because I want to put out real food and real drinks and see how it goes for you. Because I'm watching that whole banana Nutella situation. I just discovered Dirty Mountain Dew.
I'll eat plenty of real food, but if you have,
will you?
If you have like snacks,
not white.
If you have snacks and sugar, like candy, dessert, I will go to that first.
You're going to open with the Gushers.
I will start there, but But this is why I have the banana with me because to make myself feel better, I will also consume like if you have carrots and a hummus dip or something,
nice little crudité,
something like that. I'll have some of that so that then I feel a little better about the sugar that is imminently about to be consumed.
Your dentist must love you.
Oh. Trust me, yes. You're not wrong. You're not wrong with that. I like to think it's because of my charm.
You probably bought that guy a boat.
Well, I've had multiple dentists over the years, but I had to actually switch dentists to a very trusted one. Shout out to Dr. Newman in Marina Del Rey, because the first dentist that I started seeing out here in El Segundo, won't name who it was overcharging even a mouth like mine, which had a lot of targets. was kind of pointing out things that didn't really need to be fixed yet. Sure, would they have turned into cavities in a couple of years? Probably.
It's called preventative maintenance.
Yes.
Yeah. But that was a little. But then, I found.
Like you don't wait till your car blows up to put oil in it.
I found one that I trust.
Do it every few miles.
Yeah, I found one that I trust.
All right, we'll get to Kawhi coming up in just a little bit. We're going to do a little tip or no tip.
You just did the whole segment on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe me, I'm far more intrigued by watching you eat your Nutella banana than I am Kawhi getting penalized by the NBA. I'm not going to lie. Go ahead. One more.
Are you arguing that the banana would taste better without Nutella on it?
I am, actually.
That's incorrect.
I'm fairly certain that I'm right.
Oh, do you want to try?
No, I don't. No, I'm good with your little cup of chocolate paste.
DeAndre, you want to try a little?
You can eat
I'm all good. Thank you, though. Thank you for the offer.
Laura?
I'm chilling.
All right, good. More for me.
Frankie?
Forget y'all.
Yeah, he's good. You go ahead and knock it out. Tip or no
Frankie.
Tip is coming up.
Okay.
Next.
It's time for your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer Update. Here's Mario Ruiz.
The first quarterfinal of the 2026 FIFA World Cup is in the books, and it's France moving on with a convincing 2-0 victory over Morocco. Kylian Mbappe was once again the difference maker, scoring 1 goal and adding an assist, while increasing his tournament-leading tally to 8 goals. The French attack looked dangerous from the opening whistle and never allowed Morocco back into the match. With the victory, France becomes the first team to punch its ticket to the semifinals and now awaits the winner of the blockbuster quarterfinal between Spain and Belgium. One step closer to the quarterfinal, and France continues to look like the team to beat.
And that's your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer Update. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. From kickoff to the final whistle, performance matters. Keep your vehicle running strong. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a special offer and locations near you.
Join ESPN LA this Friday at Hollywood Park Casino for a live broadcast tailgate party from 7 to 10 a.m. with the Sedano and Cat Morning Show as we get ready to cheer on the quarterfinal final World Cup game at SoFi. See you at Hollywood Park Casino this Friday. For more info, go to playhbc.com. Must be 21 plus to enter. Problem gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. Get Brazilian beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions for just $9.98 a pound. That's steakhouse and seafood house quality at home. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. Shop one of their 11 locations or order online for same-day delivery. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat, wild prices.
Hey, guys, listen. You got to count on Jacob in every type of accident. You count on Jacob after a car accident. You count on Jacob after a rideshare crash. 800-345-6789.
Call Jacob.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code EXPRESS to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code EXPRESS to borrow up to $10,000. Use code EXPRESS to borrow up to $10,000.
It's around 4:45 in the Southland on the D'Marco and Travis Afternoon Show. You know what that means. It's time for Tip or No Tip, presented by attorney Big Al. Tip or No Tip with producer Laura. Tip or No Tip, presented by attorney Big Al. If you get in an accident, tip the scale in your favor. Make Big Al your first call. Don't go at it alone. Call 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Or visit attorneybigalca.com. And now, with Tip or No Tip, here's producer Laura.
Oh, it wasn't punches. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
You're back.
Also, I'm here. No, I'm very intrigued with Trudell. We're still all very intrigued with his banana/Nutella precision eating. It's just the weird.
Very deliberate.
Okay. So today we've been talking obviously about the World Cup. I am eliminated, but still top dog there. Hopefully stays that way. But somebody else commented on Holland, right? We're saying that
Holland.
That's Holland.
Erling Haaland.
Okay. Holland. Edelman, who used to play for the Patriots. He said the only comparison for Holland, physical dominance that he can think of to equate for the NFL was Gronk. So tip or no tip? You guys agree with Edelman?
I'm gonna let you take this one first.
Yeah. So the only I think it's close to a tip. The only qualifier is that Holland is probably anywhere between the fourth and eighth best player in the world. So what was Gronk at his peak? And it's hard in football, right? Because a tight end is usually not going to get into the top quote unquote. Like you could be the best tight end, but that doesn't make you a top 5 player because those are almost all quarterbacks.
He was the best at his position.
Yeah. So the best is the best tight end. How does that rank relative to the best wide receiver? And how does that rank relative to the best offensive lineman? And so it's a little trickier there, but he would have been on the the Pro Bowl first team, which is he's as good as you can get at that position. Holland is as good as he can get at his position. You might take Harry Kane, but other than that, he's your number one pick as a striker.
Yeah.
And so,
I get what he's going for because, again, to the untrained eye, which I have when it comes to a soccer game, is who's that? And what that guy's doing stuff that I'm not seeing other people do. He's bigger than most of the other people.
And faster.
He's faster.
And
he's in the air higher. He's doing things to make
physically dominant.
Yeah, and that was Gronk too. Even among NFL athletes, Gronk was what? And Gronk's 6'7". Gronk is a huge guy.
And also good at blocking.
Good blocker, fast, considering how big he was, incredible hands. He could get in the air. So, I think it's a tip because they were both, even at the pinnacle of their respective sports, they look different than the other guys out there.
Honestly, and the more I talk, I'm talking myself into it more and more also because he's kind of like a finishing piece too, in the way that Gronk was at times in terms of just catching a touchdown. And he wasn't he's not a playmaker as such. And obviously a tight end or a wide receiver aren't a playmaker in the sense that the quarterback has to start with the play. So it's a pretty good comp. I think it's pretty good. I'm tipping.
Okay, so we also have Frankie here, who is one of our summer interns, and he's going to take one of the tip or no tips. Go ahead, Frankie.
Get it, Frankie.
What it do, babies? It's your boy, Frankie D. Fresh. And according to People.com, Boy George had to buy back some of his unforgettable looks after they ended up at a yard sale. Now they're up for auction. Tip or no tip? You had to buy something back that you previously owned.
That's a easy. Travis is pondering. I don't have to ponder because that's definitely never happened to me. I'm trying to think of what I have even sold successfully. Like we did a remodel last summer, Travis, and there were a couple of items that like definitely weren't going to fit in once we got the remodel done, but I just couldn't handle the process of like Facebook Marketplace. My wife tried one time and got like a million bot answers, but nobody actually seriously. And so there are some items that are still in my garage, and then a couple others that I just gave to the guys that were doing it, like the microwave, and we have like a Pebble ice machine that's in the garage that doesn't fit.
Whoa!
What do you want to buy it for me, or do you want it for half price?
Well, I have one.
No, you have one. Okay.
I'm also very intrigued by having another one. I have. Yeah. Much like you care about Mountain Dew, I care about ice.
Okay.
Like I have.
It's a nice one. It's like it's more money than I wanted to spend.
Is it a tabletop one or is it bigger than that?
It's big, but it's tabletop. You just like you could put it next to the fridge. Like
I have the tabletop one. I was hoping maybe you had like that big ass industrial.
Oh, the industrial one.
Yeah.
For the outside bar or whatever.
Yeah,
no.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
No.
Okay. No, I don't. Like what you're describing, I think is the provenance of exceptionally rich people who start buying all sorts of crazy things, and then their lives come apart and they have to go sell all of these crazy things. And then maybe you want to try to get them back at one point. I'm, as Chris likes to say, I like to squeeze the quarter until the eagle screams. He's half right. I'm very strategic on how I spend my money. So if I spend my money and buy something, I'm very unlikely to eventually get rid of it. And if I do get rid of it, it's probably for a good reason, and I don't want it back.
Like if I got down bad and I had to sell like one of the Lakers championship rings that I had or something, and then ended up like getting money later in life, that would be one of those types of things. I'd be like, okay,
that's a
can
great
I buy
example.
That back? Yeah, but hopefully I won't be down.
No, I've never like sold off a leather jacket and said, you know what, I'd like that back. Let's run it back.
Some things can stay just gone. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So a special retirement took place at Disneyland this week for a dog named Benny. He was a security dog, and hung up his harness. And they had like a little special celebration for the pup. Even Benny's handler got to adopt him. But I wanted to know, tip or no tip, you've gotten in trouble before for petting a security dog.
I'll go first. No tip for me. I'm not anti-dog, but I'm not super pro-dog either. So I'm not going up to anybody's dog and petting that dog without the explicit permission of the owner, or if it's a dog that I have seen and gotten, like my buddy Brad has a dog, right? And when I see him in the neighborhood and he's walking the dog, I'll go over and pet that dog because I know who that dog is. I know the owner. I know it's all cool, but no, I'm not touching people's dogs. Not happening.
I'll give you a little dog history with me. This is not as weird as some of my food stuff, but my parents were not big pet people. And so I grew up and I didn't really know what it was to have a dog or love a dog other than my friends that had ones, and some of them are jumpy and some of them aren't. And I was a little weary of them because of that. When my then girlfriend, now wife, moved out here and didn't know anybody, she was like, I'm getting a dog. Whether you like it or not, this is going to happen. And I was like, fine, I get it. And she would send me pictures of different breeds. And I'd be like, I don't know. And then she sent me a picture of a French bulldog. This is before French bulldogs were the most popular dog in the world.
There's a lot of them.
And the little face, and I was just like, okay, I get it. Just fine, just get it. So we had one come in, and so that kind of changed me into a dog person. She died a couple of years ago, so that's been hard. But now I'm much more willing to just, if I see a dog almost anywhere, I will approach it if I'm kind of reading the tea leaves right.
Do you not ask though?
No, I'll ask. Yeah. Unless
it's
you can just tell sometimes if it's a person like that is like wanting their dog to be pet and is very open about it.
If you have one of those golden retrievers that's like lunging at you so you will pet it. But if I just see some guy with the dog on a leash,
randomly,
no,
you want to. But I was before I came in here, I went to Di Stefano, Italy. It's a great suit spot. and to see if a suit that I would have getting made. And he has a dog that's like in the shop, but is so well behaved and will sort of like just kind of stand there. But if you call it over, will happily come over to get pet. Like those are the trained dogs like that are the best, where you're not like, it's not going to make the first move, but is totally into it if you make the first move. That's a nice dog.
I love dogs. I've never gotten in trouble, but I am.
Do you have one?
So my parents have 2. I live in a very small apartment,
Oh, okay.
so no, I will never do that to a dog. It's not fair. All right, guys. So this was very interesting to me, and I've shown you guys all the picture. A new group is pursuing an NBA team in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Jacks. They are claiming $8 billion in total capital and promise to build the most impressive state-of-the-art basketball arena in the world. Now, I don't know how I feel about Vegas getting a team. Good for them. But here's the logo is what I have a problem with. So tip or no tip? You like this Las Vegas Jack logo?
I do not like it. It's no tip for me. I like the name, the Jacks. I think that's kind of a cool name. I think it's unique. It feels like powerful in a certain way. I think it kind of fits with the fact that they're the Aces that are in Las Vegas already. I think those two things kind of fit together in a way. I did not like the logo. The logo looked like a high school art project gone wrong. But yeah, I like the name, but did not like the logo.
I need a little help with this. So, first of all, just by playing almost any card game, a Jack is always going to lose to a Queen or a King or an Ace.
That's where AK
Right?
went yesterday.
Correct.
So but I'm maybe we're missing something with the Jacks. Like there are a couple games where Jacks are more powerful. I get it, but I would need the story.
Slapjack.
I would need the story of like why the Jack is like if an organization is going to do this, like give me a full video hyping the Jack. Here's what you didn't know about the Jack. Here's why the Jack actually is better than the Queens. Here's why the Jack actually would crush the Ace. I need to be sold that story because right now I have a hard time thinking about it just being like 4th place.
Didn't Robert Johnson name the Bobcats after himself?
Yes.
Could there not be an investor in this named Jack something or other? And I mean that's the backstory.
Maybe, but I think it's more just obviously the cards in Vegas and every other suit has been taken, right? Although there aren't any, there isn't
it could be the Queens because that's just doesn't add up, right? Because the players are going to be males.
In a men's league.
And the Kings is taken.
Right.
The Aces is taken. It's the highest remaining card in the deck that hasn't been used. Why not?
So this is just according to a quick Google search. Hi, Beto. Historically, the card was known as a knave, meaning servant. It was renamed to Jack in the 19th century simply because the K for knave conflicted with the K for king during indexing. So that's not,
doesn't really clear
powerful.
No,
if it's essentially the servant because it's underneath
you don't want to be the servant.
The Kings and the Aces and the Queens. So I need a little bit more explaining if you're going to.
It's funny. It's like when expansion franchises or relocated teams go and they want to rebrand. Naming a team is much more difficult than you might think it is. Like they like to come up with a name that everybody's like, hey, that's actually pretty cool. It doesn't happen very often. Usually it's met with kind of indifference at best and derision at worst. That the league that's pretty darn good at naming teams, at least recently, are hockey teams. Like the Seattle Kraken is kind of a cool name. It's got a cool logo. They've got kind of the octopus tentacles on their uniform. The Utah Mammoth is it's very unique, very specific. They got the cool Mammoth logo.
Not great. The Minnesota Wild, which we had a great one, the Minnesota North Stars, and then Dallas stole
hijacked them
and then took the Stars. And I'm like, if you're can you at least reset your name to something so that we could bring them because we could bring the name back?
I'd agree with you, but Dallas Stars actually works.
It did work for them, but it screwed over Minnesota when they came back.
I like the logo for the Wild. It's just there's too much going on.
But no, like Seattle can come back as the Supersonics.
Sure.
Right? Because OKC switched it up. And yeah, I just always get annoyed because what is the Wild? It's not, I don't know. It's just there's nothing like to it. There's nothing Minnesota about it. And obviously what they could have done is try to bring the Lakers back and bring them to hockey, but the Lakers are the Lakers. Now, no one can ever be the Lakers in anything ever again because of how just how superfluous the Laker brand is.
Yeah, it's hard to do it. It's hard to come up with good ones, and you talked me out of Jacks. I'm not going to lie.
I like the attempt.
You talked me out of Jacks.
I just want I want a story, okay? And that would be fun if they came up with like a full campaign about and got the players to kind of participate in it eventually. And like,
what if they only signed guys named Jack? Would that work for you?
I mean, Morales says Jack all the time, just as a kind of a thing. So like maybe he can come up with something.
You got it, Jack. Tip or no tip is brought to you by attorney Big Al. If you get in an accident, tip the scale in your favor. Make Big Al your first call. Don't go it alone. Call 1-800-HURT-123 or visit attorneybigalca.com. We're going to have that Kawhi conversation about why the deal in Toronto isn't quite official yet. That's coming up next. Trudell is here for D'Marco on Thursday here on 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
First of all, watch your tone. Second of all,
watch my tone, actually.
Second of all,
little boy. What happens if I don't watch my tone, by the way?
Get your ass kicked.
we can have a conversation later about it.
Oh, yeah. No, take your belt off, George, and put him over your lap and smack that tushy.
There's a lot of tushy to smack.
Yeah, there is.
Less than there used to be, though.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
I was going to join Australia's Thunder from Down Under, but they told me I was 5 packs short of a 6. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
No shirts, all skin. Australia's Thunder from Down Under. Undresses the 17th.
Number 2.
The biggest soccer watch party of the year is at Sideline Sports Bar, the 19th.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Chevy Silverado truck. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner, the 26th.
Morongo. Good times.
Basketball never sleeps, and neither does ESPN LA. The stars of tomorrow are headed to Vegas for NBA Summer League, and we are there. ESPN Los Angeles will be bringing you all the latest headlines, storylines, and more. From matchups and breakout performances to expert analysis from the voices you trust, we've got you covered. Coverage of the 2026 NBA Summer League on ESPN Los Angeles is presented by Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's D'Marco Farr and Travis Rodgers.
I can't dance at all. What did you call it, Funchy? The Caucasian two-step. Yes. That's what I got. I got
What's
this.
the Caucasian two-step? The white man's overbite?
Yes, I got that too.
Afternoons with D'Marco and Travis rolls on. Back to the guys.
I thought you were putting some hip-hop requests for today. I knew that.
I didn't put in any requests. I figured DeAndre would take care of me at some point.
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Yeah. I wasn't worried about it.
Do you know what happened in today? What's today? July 9th, 2019. Trudell, I'm kind of putting you on the spot a little bit.
Well, just tell me because I may have looked at the sheet. That's
the Clippers underwent a massive roster overhaul, starting with signing free agent forward and reigning NBA Finals MVP Kawhi Leonard. A day later, they would acquire Paul George via trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder to give the Clippers a superstar tandem. So that was supposed to be the launch of the Clipper rebrand. That we're no longer the Clippers anymore is the first really massive free agent that they were ever able to lure to the team. And then they kind of double dipped it, but they went and got Paul George as well. So that happened in 2019 today. And now we're talking about Kawhi Leonard actually going back to Toronto to kind of run it back where he won a title with them, was the Finals MVP there. But it's still being held up because of the aspiration situation. Call it what you want. But the NBA has still not handed out punishments or a decision in this. The executive in charge of aspiration is in prison right now. The league is still investigating. I know that David Stern, I still think of David Stern, Adam Silver was saying, hey, we got to wrap this up pretty soon. But the Clippers were like, if you're going to take Kawhi Leonard, you have to take whatever punitive, situation that comes along with him. So 2 things for you. Number one, am I to understand that the Clippers will get punished and Kawhi Leonard will get punished? So if they're still together, then it's 2 punishments? Or is this just a Kawhi thing, and that if he goes somewhere else, the Clippers are off the hook?
So I think that it's the Clippers that are mainly on the hook for this, just in the sense that, like, when the Joe Smith thing happened, Minnesota circumvented the salary cap and they hit the Wolves with 5 first-round picks that they weren't able to make, and that screwed the franchise over for 10 years.
Sure.
And Joe Smith, though, didn't get punished. I think they might have waived the deal or something, or I'd have to go back and double-check, but it was – so that's, I think, in the context of this Kawhi Leonard deal to Toronto being on hold, I would think it's more on the lines of, well, Clippers, you can't promise out picks or swaps or whatever because we may take them. And then Toronto is on the hook. So Toronto is probably same thing. Hey, we want to do this deal with the Clippers, but, like, what's up?
So you think that the punishment will be handed down to the Clippers, and that Kawhi Leonard himself will not have to deal with any sort of give back of money, whatever? I don't even know really what they could do to him. I mean,
yeah. Well, so Kawhi. So yeah, I think it's the team that is held largely to the more degree of contempt for the salary cap circumvention than the player that just sort of agrees to it, or can say, oh, well, my agent did all that. My guess is there's no Kawhi Leonard like text message. I'm guessing that he had a conversation with his agent, who is his uncle, but
not anymore. Apparently, he hired somebody
yeah,
new.
Well, for obvious reasons.
Sure,
but I like, this has been such a long time now, and you're hearing all the jokes about the law firm and how they're billing everything. I mean, Pablo Torre, his podcast, Pablo Torre Finds Out, won the Pulitzer Prize for audio reporting on this. And I would encourage, if you don't know about it, it's super fascinating to listen to. There leaves zero doubt that the Clippers did this to me.
Couldn't agree more.
And it's lined up like dollar for dollar. The amount of money that Steve Ballmer gave,
it's amazing how brazen
was then
they were.
given to. Yeah, it's like, come on.
They did not cover their tracks more effectively. Like you said, this is. I'm just making up numbers here, but like $10 in, $10 out. They didn't even change it a little bit. They didn't even run it through a second or third or fourth place. It was just, hey, we'll just put it over there and you go over there and pick it up. It was a really aggressive way to try to give a guy more money beyond what you're able to give him under the letter of the law.
Yeah, and so again, I suppose we should say allegedly, but like as Torre breaks down in the podcast, like Ballmer personally invested $50 million in Aspiration. Like Clippers signed a big deal, a sponsorship deal with Aspiration. The person on the other side of that is either serving jail time or just got convicted.
I think he's
right.
in.
Yeah, and so yeah, this is Sandberg. Joseph Sandberg pled guilty to federal wire fraud charges in 2025 for his role in a scheme that prosecutors say defrauded investors of $248 million. On and on and on. So I what would the law firm that's been investigating this for 10 months be doing if not finding things that
just go listen to the podcast? Like you said, Joe Smith was 5 first-round picks.
It was either 4 or 5.
Okay, let's just say 4 for the sake of the conversation. That's an incredibly, like you mentioned, significant punishment. Like if you take the first round, I mean, we've seen what happens when teams trade away all their first-round picks and it doesn't go the way that they're hoping to go. You're kind of stuck in the mud for a period of time. This is, and I've heard this argument before. Oh, what's the big deal? Every team's doing it.
It was 5. Yeah, it was 5 first-round picks. Plus like a $3.5 million fine, which I think is as much as the max in the CBA that you can fine a team. But yeah, the 5 first-round picks.
They have to hit the Clippers hard. They have to. If they come to the conclusion that this is what happened, you have to do it. Otherwise, there's no reason not to do this.
That's right. I agree.
You could just, it's the wild, wild west all of a sudden. It almost becomes like the NCAA NIL situation, which, by the way, straight up coming up in 15 minutes from right now. They have to do something, and it needs to be more than a slap on the wrist. Otherwise, if you look at Steve Ballmer, I know is the richest owner in the league, but if you look at the new Laker owners, if they're like, hey, look, man, all you got to do is come up with some goofy corporation and just funnel money to the guys that you need, well, let's get started on that, because if the penalty is a second-round pick or it's just something that's relative, and quite frankly, if it's just money, all right, we're already willing to spend the money. You have to hit the franchise.
Yeah, and I think so. The simplest way that I can kind of streamline and remember from the reporting that Pablo Torre did was just that. So yes, the Clippers make the donation to Aspiration, and then there's the check for I think $28 million clears to Kawhi. So like there's already federal record of that. He did not actually do any endorsing for Aspiration.
That was the other part.
So
like,
it was
just do a commercial.
Yeah, he didn't
or two.
do anything, and they had some other people involved who did do something. He literally didn't do anything, didn't put his name on anything, just was. And then I think if you include sort of stock options or something else or some amount of money, it then equals out to $50 million, right? If you include the rest of it. So it just, to me, I remember at the beginning, people are like, well, where's the smoking gun? I'm like, what? That's the smoking gun.
If you don't see it, you
that's
don't
what
want
it
to see
is.
It. You don't want to see it.
Yeah.
If you're not seeing this. So what do you think an appropriate penalty would be?
Well, the precedent, obviously, is, in the case of the Timberwolves, that was a precedent of 5 first-round picks. And in that, I don't know that there's anything like that. I don't think this is better. I don't think this is like less fraudulent than what the Timberwolves did, where they basically just, hey, nod, nod, wink, wink, we'll take care of you in the other end if you do this in this deal, which was obviously against the rules. And that was 5 first-round picks. So, like, why would it be less than that? It doesn't seem like the appetite is the same, maybe, because that people saw what that did to the Timberwolves, but like, how could it be less than several first-round picks?
I get that the appetite may not be there because they want to have one team with it, but if I were in particular, a smaller market team or one of these less deep-pocketed owners, like no one's going dollar for dollar with Steve Ballmer, right?
And especially with the second apron thing,
right?
Which means that that kind of is the intent there, right? Is to limit the ability for one owner with a lot of money to just buy
and pay
a
the
championship.
Tax.
And so that's why it's offensive to not just the small market teams, but the big market teams as well. Because the big market teams could be like, well, we've got the money to give a player on the side, but we can't because it's against the rules.
I'm jumping a few steps down the road here, but the logic, makes sense to me that if they don't whack them, is it because everybody's doing it?
Well, so as you said that, it also made me think of the whole thing with Kawhi in Toronto. And then reporting had come out before he actually agreed to go to the Clippers that Uncle Dennis was asking for the absolute moon. Right? Was asking for equity into this and deals with this brand and blanket this restaurant and helicopters and and just asking for I don't know if you remember did you ever see this? There was some reporting on this. Juan Soto in his deal when he went to the Mets, he had like a crazy laundry list that included private jet transportation for his mother, a suite for X amount of games. And the Yankees ultimately were just like, no. Like,
the Yankees decided you bridge too far.
We can't do every single thing on the list. And that's we're like, we will.
Cohen
we'll
did
do
it.
every single thing on the list. But that one is like baseball doesn't have the salary cap.
No.
And you can put that kind of stuff in. The NBA does. And so if he's asking for it and it's getting out there and the Raptors confirmed it, well, gee, then what did he did he not ask for the same stuff from the Clippers? And it just seems that instead of having it be like direct in the way that it was in baseball, they just went through aspiration.
Yeah, it was incredibly obvious and clumsy the way that they went through it. Put all that over there for a sec. Kind of on the anniversary of his decision to come here in the first place and the trade that they made with Oklahoma City to get Paul George, that here we are. So is that 2019? We're in 2026. So we're talking 7 years later that it went the way that it went. How big of a surprise is that? It was kind of a flop. Now, I think if you go back into your time machine, you absolutely do it again. It's a no-brainer. Even if you knew, Shea turns into an MVP, all those picks go out there the same way. But back in 2019, I had a chance to get Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on my team, especially a team like the Clippers. You do it all over again, right?
Yeah, I think that the only problem that I had with it at the time, and this is with a purple and gold lens, so I'll acknowledge that, is that I thought that LeBron and AD was a better on-court combo than Kawhi and Paul George, while acknowledging that Kawhi and Paul George is an excellent pair. They were still in their 20s then, and they had a chance to build a team. I didn't think that the reason that I would argue that it wasn't as good, neither Kawhi Leonard or Paul George is a leader. Neither one of them attacks the rim consistently, and neither one of them protects the rim consistently. To me, that's the most important thing still in the NBA. And with LeBron and AD, both of them go to the rim. LeBron was the leader. AD didn't have to be because LeBron was there. Both of them protect the rim to a degree. AD obviously better than almost anybody. LeBron as a secondary defender better than Kawhi and Paul George. And LeBron also, in being the leader, is also the quarterback. So it just felt like it's nice talent to put together, but there was never quite like the rudder, and there was never kind of the inspiration, and there was never the downhill threat to the rim or the rim protection. And I think that's why the Lakers won. And the Lakers I think they would have had a good chance to win again if not for the COVID thing destroying the offseason. And the Clippers never really did much with that group. And obviously they couldn't stay healthy either.
The health is the one that I think everybody jumps onto, and because it's true. But you brought up something that I think is not said enough, and I agree with you. Your best player can't be the personality that Kawhi Leonard is, and certainly the person that's going to set the tone in your organization. That LeBron James is the guy you want to hang your hat on. Steph Curry is the guy you want to. Wembanyama, SGA, like those guys that they're there every day, even if it's not injury related. It's like Kawhi. You read, it's like he's a very unique individual from a personality perspective, and it's not a personality that a lot of people are going to want to line up behind and follow through hellfire.
And even his game is like that. Yeah. His game is very solo based. Like he can be, and that, by the way, he's a great player.
Sure,
I'm not arguing that, but it's different when you are if you can be a lockdown defender and you can be an isolation scorer, but there's 5 people on the court. And he kind of he fit in Toronto so well when they won because they had the full team. They had Kyle Lowry leading it, and they had Anunoby in the wing, and they had Marc Gasol, and on and on. And he just had to come in, score, defend. Like, just do those 2 jobs. So that's what he did in San Antonio. But when you then want him to be the guy that's kind of leading the thing, he doesn't do that. And there's only 6, 7, 8 guys in the league that can really do that.
Yeah.
So I'm not even blaming the Clippers for it. It's just that you have to supplement that. And Paul George also isn't that guy.
There you go.
Right?
If he's going to be that, you got to make sure that everything around him isn't that.
Yeah.
That you have somebody that is an incredibly large personality, somebody that other people will rally behind, somebody that is going to be the leader of a large group. And I know that sometimes it can be the coach, but it's got to be somebody that's on the court. It's got to be somebody that's in the locker room that's going to do it. And if you have 2 guys that are reluctant or incapable, whatever you want to call it, of doing it, good luck with that. It's just not going to come together. Reminder, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show live, Hollywood Park Casino, tomorrow morning, 7 to 10 a.m. You can come hang with the morning crew. Get ready for the quarterfinal at SoFi between Spain and Belgium, powered by Milagro Tequila. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila, please enjoy responsibly. Beto, you're going to be there tomorrow too, aren't you?
Woo-woo!
Yeah, I see your picture all over the socials.
You like that? Real estate agent?
Yeah. You do look a little like a
little Herbalife agent right there.
Yeah.
Middle management. I got you, bro.
Why not?
I'm going to send you an email today.
Yeah. But once you get on one of those lists, you can never get off.
You ever sign up one of your friends for that?
Oh, that's diabolical.
Oh, yeah. If you lose our fantasy football, you get on these lists.
Try to apply for a home loan. Your phone will not stop ringing for a month.
I applied for a student loan for my son, and holy smokes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those things are brutal.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah. What's up, Betito?
Nothing. Just somebody stole the Spain flag. I'm upset.
I got the Spain flag. That's mine. Yeah.
¿Tú es español?
That's because that's my team.
Sí. Oh,
yeah.
Norway.
Yeah, that one I gave to Mace today. He didn't take it with him.
Shocker.
Yeah. No, we're still alive. We're still alive. I need Spain to win the World Cup, and then I will tie Laura for the pool.
Do you think? Let me back up. Did you hear the tiebreaker scenarios that we talked about earlier in the show?
No.
Okay.
I was at Joey having a nice lunch.
Okay, so if there's a tie, what do you think the tiebreaker should be in our little World Cup pool? If 2 people tie with the same amount of points.
You didn't do the tiebreaker.
No, I failed in this, and again, it's not an official pool. I just kind of made it up on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
But I should have laid out a tiebreaker for the final. And one that I threw out would be like that, the tiebreaker would be whoever actually wins the final game, but that's a little unfair because that wasn't the case that you knew before. I think what I've settled on is if you have a tie, you just split first and second.
No, what I've done these before, and what we usually do is whoever has the most people in the semifinals.
So most teams, you mean?
Most teams in the semifinals. It's just because.
But for instance, like Laura's the one. If there is a tie, Laura's likely to be in the tie. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
this would be if
she's
England,
done. She's
if
out.
England or Spain.
She aced the pool play.
Well, that's
she's
not
out.
bad.
Because Morocco and Mexico.
Too bad because I don't agree to anything that gets me out. So.
Well, no, it's because you should be rewarded for getting teams to the finals or the semifinals.
if it
that
were
was part of my argument, but
Yeah, but that
Travis's
was not
argument was since it wasn't
uphold.
laid out at the time, then people drafted.
It's not that.
you know.
That's
Oh, if you
part
didn't
of
lay
it.
it out, then yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't lay it out.
And it's fact
So
that
who are we rooting for?
she had the last pick.
Who
She
cares
was,
about that? That's a snake draft. It goes back and forth.
it makes a huge difference in this case.
No.
Yeah, it does. Here's why.
I still picked
Because
them
there's
tied.
only like 5 or 6 teams that had a real chance of winning the World Cup, and of those 5 or 6 teams, how many are left? Like 4.
They're basically everybody's still alive except for Brazil. I think
Okay,
some people
so
thought had
if
a
you
good
don't
chance.
have one of those top picks,
Or Portugal.
you're
That was
eliminated just by the luck of the draw.
But you could have picked teams that can get you deep into the playoff run.
She
Well,
did.
well, right, which is why her second team, Mexico, right, had 12 points. My second team was Turkey, right, who had 3.
In other words, Trudell, I want you to get all the
Turkey,
money because, broke people like you need all the help, bro.
I mean,
How's that Hermosa Beach hat doing?
look at just coming in like,
yeah.
What do you think I live with in Ireland's
I know where you
gated
live.
neighborhood or
I know-
something?
yes.
No,
Yes, you
I live
do.
on the other side of that street.
The other side of the beach.
Yeah,
Right
come
near
on,
the beach.
man.
Boy.
I like your hat. I told you as much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know
It
why
looks
they
good.
have those colors right there.
Padre fans?
No, it's it's like the
No.
crest of Hermosa Beach.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
like
set.
that.
Yeah, it's when
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
in there. Hi, Trudell.
Yeah,
Stick around,
but,
bro.
I think I think we'll end up. I think
It's not going to be a
splitting.
draw.
If England or Spain win, then I or Funchy would tie Laura, and I think the most
Oh, if
fair,
it's for Funch benefit? Nope.
the most fair thing would be to split the pot.
I got your 46 points.
But I can throw it out. I can throw it out to the
yeah.
group chat and see if anyone has a better
No,
idea.
no.
But since it's my
No.
fault, since I didn't lay it out beforehand, it makes it more.
We also
complicated.
didn't expect Mexico to win 3 games either.
Nope, but here we are.
4. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Here we are.
¿Qué pasó?
Yeah.
I thought there'd be a couple draws with those dudes.
No, 4 wins.
Well, they had the easy group. You had the easy group, and then they had a pretty soft opponent. So yeah, but they took advantage, and they at least went out like warriors, unlike Team USA.
They played their asses off.
Yeah.
Real quick, Jonathan Kuminga still out there, still rumored that the Lakers are interested in him. Good fit. Like we can talk about whether or not we think it'll happen or not, because I know, D, I know that you are not feeling this at all. Where are you on this?
Do we have time now, or are you teasing?
No, we got time.
Okay, so in short, I think that for the Lakers, I think that he's the best, like on paper, measurements, vertical heights, all that possible guy that they could still get, right? For essentially a start. It would be either a starting slot or at least like the first guy in off the bench, but like big minutes and somebody that could probably acclimate to the style that the Lakers play. So I get all of that, actually. I don't think there's another player that's out there in free agency that could come in and at least, have a chance to fit in. The downsides of it are, aside from the fact that it didn't fit with the Warriors, and then the Hawks had a free look at him, or I should say free because they had to pay draft compensation to get him, and they had to send Porzingis. But they at least had a look, and then they decided, you know what, we're not going to pick up.
That always scares me.
The pushback to that point, though, Guido and I talked about this on Lakers Talk. They would have essentially made themselves a tax team or had to not pay somebody else, like McCollum, who was a really good fit in the backcourt. They didn't have a lot of playmaking since Trae Young got moved and everything. And his it would have been $24 million, and that would have put them in tax hell. So that you could argue they still like him. They actually maybe want to bring him back. They like the talent, but it just didn't fit with them salary wise. The issue for the Lakers actually getting him is more just that what they can give him, even if they somehow find a taker for a couple of contracts that they have to supplement with, say, like the second round picks they just got in exchange for DeAndre Ayton, then they still aren't going to have that much money relative to what he wanted in the first place and the reason why he didn't just sign what the Warriors initially offered.
So the fit to you is pretty good.
The fit's not bad to me. It's not perfect, but it's relative to what's out there. It's not bad.
I mean, last resort, you get Jonathan Kuminga, that's fine, but I don't agree with necessarily what he wants to do on the basketball court. Everything that's been reported and everything that we've seen, he wants the ball in his hands. He wants to be a one-on-one blow-by guys. That's his type of game that he's trying to play. You played with 2 Hall of Famers in Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. And the role that they were trying to create for him over there wasn't essentially a bad thing. So they were trying to figure out ways to utilize his athleticism, to utilize being a lob there. Now, could that work with Luka Dončić? Possibly so, but you just seeing all the reports and seeing that he wasn't meshing well, wasn't buying into his role. And then the fact that they had to move on from him. And I get it, he's still young, but they moved on from him. And he goes to Atlanta Hawks. They have a position with him in Atlanta Hawks. There's games where he started. There were some games where he found himself kind of on the bench with Atlanta Hawks, especially when they made that when they're in the playoffs, they had a chance to beat the New York Knicks in that first round series. and you kind of see him not play as much as the series start to wind down. So that was kind of alarming for me as well. And the fact that he did not pick up on his team option, that was another thing that I was like, oh, I don't know. So that's why I'm kind of holding back on Jonathan Kuminga, because it just seems that he wants to play a certain style that doesn't really fit for certain teams.
But that's why he's available. Somebody at that talent level, that's why he's available, because of all those question marks. And that's why, if you're the Lakers and you can get him for half the price, it's basically the DeAndre Ayton situation from last year.
You took the words out of my mouth. This feels very DeAndre Ayton-y all over again. A guy that has ability, that has skill, that and this is not exclusive to the NBA. This happens with people will talk themselves into talent, even if there's all sorts of red flags attached to it, because it'll be different.
Think about dating. Yeah. It happens all the time. Somebody that's good looking is going to get a second, a third, a fourth chance sometimes in these things.
Oh, I'm well aware.
And he's good looking in this context.
Right, DeAndre, good.
Even with some problems.
Don't talk to Travis about that.
If you're fitting, again, if you're the Lakers and you're sort of like, hey, look, this is all the money that we can give you, but what we can give you is another chance to sort of show that what they're saying about you with the Warriors, and then the fact that the Hawks didn't pick you up, and by the way, you can kind of play how you want to play here. You're still going to be on the weak side of the floor, except it's going to be easier because it's going to be Luka Dončić that's attracting everything, and all you got to do is basically either catch and shoot or attack a closeout, rack it hard, and go dunk, and then run up and down in transition, and Luka will hit you the hit-ahead passes. But what you do have to do, though, you do have to defend. And if you don't defend, then you just won't play because you won't be a part of the future, and then your next contract is screwed.
I just don't want another I ain't no Clint Capella situation showing up again. You know what I mean? It's just but let's make your role very clear before you get here, and you need to understand this is what we're asking you to do. We're not asking you to reinvent your entire game so you can be the centerpiece of this. Mm-hmm. You need to fit in, get along to get in.
Isn't that the same thing, though, that's again, Steph Curry, you understand, with the Golden State, how their system is, the offense is going to run through his hands. It's going to be Steph Curry is going to get that look first. And then after that, it's kind of up for grabs as far as who's going to rotate, who's going to cut to the basket. Well, he did not want to do that.
One subtle difference, though, I think, and maybe it's not that subtle, but Golden State plays a specific style that Steve Kerr almost put together because of Steph, and to have everything flow around Steph. And even Steph will give up the ball. He doesn't have the ball much. Right, when he has it, everything's so it requires everybody else to play a certain way. That's not how the Lakers play as much. That's not how much almost anybody else plays as much. And the sample size of what he did in Atlanta isn't large enough, I don't think, to really evaluate on it. So I do think that in what the Lakers do, which is mismatch hunt and screen roll and dive, and he could do some of the stuff that basically Rui Hachimura did, where Rui would end up with the ball in the corner and either goes up quick, Rui's a better shooter than him, or, hey, Rui, just go get a shot in the final couple seconds of the shot clock. Kuminga can do that. That's what he wants to do anyway. So I see the fit as being okay, especially if the money's low and the long-term commitment, you don't make the long-term commitment. It's a prove-it year for him if he's going to get that next deal. So that's the way in which I've talked myself into it being a reasonable option for the Lakers. But does Kuminga want that? Can he get something else somewhere else? That's going to be the trick, because I don't know. There are not a lot of teams out there that have the money unless they create the money.
Everything's kind of sort of done at this point in the offseason. Everybody's made most of their decisions. All right. It is a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Call 877-710-ESPN. That's 877-710-3776 right now. And caller number 7 is going to win a 4-pack of general admission tickets to experience the 2026 T-Mobile All-Star Game at Cosm on Tuesday, July 14th. Experience every pitch, every hit, and every highlight on Cosm's incredible immersive displays. For more information and tickets, visit Cosm.com. Only with ESPN LA. We got a little straight up coming up next on 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA may sound one way on AM.
But you know where it sounds best?
You guessed it, crystal clear digital audio.
Crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA wherever you get your apps.
And you can always watch LA's mega sports station live or on demand on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles.
Tired of watching life from the bench? It's time to get in the game. Globe Life is looking for people who want more than just a job. Set your own schedule and help families protect what matters most. No experience? No problem. Training is provided, and you don't need anything to get started. It's not a desk job. It's a shot at building your legacy on your own terms. Your road to the championship starts at GlobeLifeCareers.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
DraftKings is live in all 50 states. That means us, California. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round. And DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in California, so whether you're catching the early kickoff, before work, the late match at the bar, you're in on every single minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in California, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. And new DraftKings customers, sign up with code LA710, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code LA710 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo.
Hey, LA, it's Bethel Duran, and let me tell you about the summer deals that are sizzling right now at Northridge and Wonders Toyota. How about a brand new 2026 Tacoma for just $259 a month for 36 months plus tax? $259 for a brand new Toyota Tacoma? It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Tacoma model 7146. Total SRP $39,199. Lease and purchase amount of $29,007. $49.99 due at signing includes first month's payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required on approved credit. Tax, title, license are extra. Excludes dealer dock fee of $80. Offer ends 7/31/2026.
Kick off your Friday with ESPN LA. Join the Sedano and Cab Morning Show live from Hollywood Park Casino on Friday, July 10th from 7 to 10 a.m. Be part of the pre-match celebration before one of the summer's biggest international soccer matches. Enjoy the energy, connect with fellow fans, and get ready for an unforgettable afternoon of soccer. Start your match day with ESPN LA at Hollywood Park Casino. Powered by Milagro Tequila. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
And it is the No Stress Sports Talk Express to the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show. It is time for Straight Up with Sweet Tea Travis Rodgers. Straight Up on the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show, made possible by Blue Ice Vodka. Blue Ice Vodka, America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka, premium taste, nothing extra. Let's do it. Straight Up with Travis Rodgers right now.
All right, guys, I'm going to throw a name at you. You tell me if you know what this name is. You both might, so we'll see how this goes. Nicola Costa Rica, not the country Costa Rica. Nicola Costa Rica.
No.
Costa
And it's
Rica?
not a Latin name. It's a
K-U.
Kustricia.
Wait, is that the kid going to UCLA?
Yes, that's him.
Yeah,
He is a
just signed today.
Serbian basketball player.
I saw that story of the amount of money, the NAL money.
Oh, yeah. So
instead of
real
going pro.
quick, Serbian news outlet Meridian Sport reported a few days ago, July 4th, that UCLA had offered him a 2-year deal worth $12 million. A source with knowledge of Costa Rica's multi-year deal.
2-year. Okay,
Yeah.
so 60.
Yeah,
so
just
that's
a little easy 6.
no, well, that's less than Devonta was getting, like 7 though. Okay, so yeah, I thought it
2
was
years,
for 1 year
12
that would have
millions.
been crazy.
They would not confirm the actual amount, only to say that it was, quote, a sizable amount.
Yeah, he's leaving Real Madrid.
Right.
Yeah, the academy out there.
This is the new thing. Like in college basketball, instead of getting the Euros like Luka Dončić that are coming right over to the league, they're making the stop for a year in college first, collect that NIL money, get acclimated to the United States, and then go into the draft.
It's smart, which means, hey, UCLA, you can get yourself a quarterback now. If you can give a basketball player that much money, the NIL deal, I mean, mind you, there's different people giving different money to different programs, but...
Which one does Ireland give more money to? I'll have to ask him.
To his Idaho compound. That's where all his money's going right there. Blue Ice Vodka.
Ireland gives away a lot of his money.
Ireland's one of the nicest guys.
Very
I will never say anything bad about Ireland in my
charitable
life.
individual.
Yeah, he and Mike are fantastic. But it's the modern game, and I'm surprised UCLA is actually up in the ante on this.
I'm so ambivalent about this because I want the players to share in the spoils. I think it's reasonable and I think it's right. But we've gotten to the point where, like, especially in college football, I guess is no better either because the players move every single year regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But I've almost checked out entirely on college basketball. I haven't followed college basketball in the better part of 20 years.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it.
It's hard. Yeah, it's a very, very hard watch. And football, I still watch it because I love football, but we're getting to the point where these guys, like, even professional sports doesn't have free agency every year where you can just bounce around like this. And the numbers are getting to the point where what you're not playing for UCLA. You're playing for some big dollar donor that decided they wanted to do this. You're not playing for the school. You're not making any connections. You're just there because somebody scratched you an enormous check. And I want them to get something, but I feel like we've completely lost our way with these numbers.
You know where this is happening a lot? We don't pay attention to it because we're not paying attention at all. College soccer and college tennis. A lot of these kids are in European camps, in academies, and they realize, hey, let's just say I'm at the Barcelona Academy. Well, I'm 16 and I'm not going to be a big-time pro. Do I really want to play a third division in Austria? Or, wait a minute, I can go to the USA, get an education, and I'm going to get, let's just say $100,000 to play at Alabama. Why not?
No,
especially in tennis.
I understand the incentive for the players to do this, and that's why I'm not trying to take the money off of their plates. I'd like you explained it well. This is an opportunity. I'm not the next John McEnroe or Steffi Graf, so let me go figure out how I'm going to live the rest of my life, and if I can get paid to do it along the way. But it's ruined college athletics for me. Like even. You know, I was a college baseball player. I still follow my Gauchos. I still enjoy watching them play. But every year, the team is 15 new guys, and that's at a mid-major. At these bigger programs, it's all new guys every single year. And it's just this sounds like an old man screaming at the into the void. It's not any fun. I don't know who they are. What makes sports fun is you live, you die, you grow, you fail, you succeed, and it's mostly the same guys. There's a through line of guys through it in pro sports, in college sports, that guys drop in and drop out, guys retire, guys get traded, but this is a joke.
Well, here's the one thing that's interesting, though, for me about this, and I think basketball I would separate a little bit, although there are hints of this in it. In football, it seems like, for the most part, since all of the colleges are fully funded with, like 70, something like that, 80 scholarships, and the people that play football in this country, still, you get a lot of people that don't have a lot of money or are from places where basically, like, okay, you can actually see the path, if you're a great athlete, to getting a college scholarship, getting an education. Forget about pros for a little bit. In college football, that ecosystem is supported for the most part for young athletes like that because of how many scholarships, how many programs. But then you get to the non-revenue men's sports. You and I played them. You played baseball. I played soccer. And Beto just mentioned the foreign element. So when I was playing, if you had played in any pro team's youth system, you couldn't play D1.
Yep.
Oh,
you had
really?
to play D3.
Yep.
So therefore, and there are only 110 or something like that men's college teams. Alabama doesn't even have one. Now they changed that rule like 5-6 years ago now. And like I had a lunch with the Northwestern current soccer coach when they came to play UCLA, and he's recruiting, to Beto's point, some guy off of Arsenal's second team. And not only that, he's gonna try to find the money from NIL from a donor Whereas we had 1 scholarship for the whole team when I was there.
Crazy.
Now they have 5.
Yeah,
but so now American high school soccer players have a tiny percent chance of playing D1. And if they do, they're not getting the money. The money's going to bring the kid over from Spain or from Portugal or from England. Like the team that won 2 years ago, Vermont, they were either from England or Germany with like I think 2 American kids.
Vermont won the soccer
Vermont
championship?
won the championship because they have a coach and they literally brought 2 German and English. And now there's a part of that I'm like, okay, I feel good for those kids that came over for, but yeah, that's not what the college amateur is supposed to be in this country, is it?
There you go. What you're talking about and what you played and what I played, like I understand there are literally billions of dollars at stake if you win the college football championship.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And basketball is a little different too because the TV.
College soccer, college baseball, college tennis, college golf, like what are we doing? Like that's not what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a way to your point. I don't know how many scholarships we had at UCSB when I was there, but I know it wasn't 1 for every guy on the team.
Yeah.
13 maybe?
Maybe something like that.
And you split them?
I got to go to UCSB for free. It was a good trade. Going to Northwestern is a good trade, right? That now it just feels like it's so gross. I wish I had a better word for it. It feels gross that you're scouring the world.
It's professionalized.
I know it is, but when you're scouring
keep yelling at the cloud,
so Vermont could win the NCAA soccer.
You know what it is?
Who cares? The Catamounts.
But it's also though it's kind of also like America. I mean, in a way, this is kind of what the country is become, and like it's one of the great things about the country. It does have its fallbacks. I think this is getting closer to that conversation. I had this conversation with Geeter the other day. We were looking at Donovan Mitchell's new contract, and I'm like, I don't want to sound like the media sounded like when Alex Rodriguez signed his deal or when Kevin Garnett's leak deal of like that. I still remember like $25 million, and we were like, how could it be? This is what. And now Donovan Mitchell's going to make $75 million, and I'm like, well, okay, it's a percentage of the cap, so really it's just reflective of the fact that. But does the high end player? Does that number need to come down so that at least the middle range guys are getting more, or the younger guys are getting? I don't know, but is it ever going to get like Wemby's going to make $100 million a year in 10 years later?
Oddly
just
enough,
salary.
And maybe I'm drawing a line that doesn't really make any sense at all. I'm okay with Wemby getting $100 million. Wemby is generating hundreds of millions of dollars. He should share in that. The Vermont soccer team is not.
No.
You know what I mean? Like that this kid that's going to go to UCLA and get $12 million allegedly or reportedly. It's like maybe there's a ROI on this that makes some sense to somebody.
Because the NCAA tournament in its own right, and that generates a certain amount of money. But granted, who actually is getting that money? Who's keeping the money?
Right.
Right. Old rich people.
Recently, one of the Santa Clara assistant coaches, I'm good friends with him, and I saw him in San Jose recently. I'm like, so what are you going to do? You go down the EYBL tournament in Vegas? He's like, no, man, I don't recruit high schools.
Nobody does anymore.
Like, why?
You have to be basically a first-round draft pick to get us.
He said the 5-star guys are not coming to Santa Clara. They're not going to USF. Right? So what do I have to do? I have to go to Europe. He goes, in July, I'm going to be in Spain, Italy, and Serbia because we have contacts with guys out there. Now the agents out there are not trying to get their guys to the pros. They're trying to get them to college because there's so much untapped money. And also, the university system, they come as international students, which is a completely different thing. So it's all dirty, but it's the game. You got to play.
I know.
Yeah, one little tiny. Do I have time for one more? So my brother.
Go ahead, Trudell, I'm here till 8.
My brother is an English professor at the University of Maryland. Right?
Really?
Focused like mostly on Shakespeare. Not a sports guy at all.
Really?
And in fact,
awesome.
the argument all the way through was sort of like he's kind of in the like extreme. Sports are stupid. I can't believe all the revenue that universities are spending on this. Meanwhile, it's costing a kid $60,000 to go and get an education, and kind of like on that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always argued back, well, here's the value that sports has, and here's what it's bringing, and here's but now that the money is in there, it's like a little harder to make my point, especially when only a couple of kids are the ones that are getting all the money, and everyone else is just like barely able to survive without student loans into their 40s.
Well, what's that line? Nobody's paying to see the Shakespeare professor.
I know.
We're paying to see Pete Carroll.
And that's true,
Sorry,
too.
Mr. Trudell.
All right, straight up, sponsored by Blue Ice Vodka, America's largest potato vodka, double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka, premium taste, nothing extra. A little super crosstalk with Beto and Marcus Grant, who just stepped in. That's coming up next.
This summer's biggest football watch party experience is happening at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. No matter who you're rooting for, Mercado Gonzalez is your soccer fan paradise. Surrounded by nonstop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, grab fire asada tacos, slow braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more while you cheer on your team with the entire Mercado. Mercado Gonzalez, your soccer fan paradise this summer. Every single knockout match is available at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
You know, in sports, you got to have the right team in your corner. Same goes for after an accident. That's why when people ask me who to call, I say it's easy. I tell them to call my guy. I got a guy. Attorney Big Al. Big Al's been helping accident victims across California for more than 15 years. He's an LA native, a huge sports fan. Wait till you hear him go. And he knows that after a crash, things get overwhelming fast. Between dealing with insurance companies trying to rip you off, trying to get your car fixed, trying to find the right doctors if you're hurt, it can be a lot. It can turn your whole world upside down. That's where Big Al and his team will step in for you. So lock this number in your phone. 1-800-HURT-123. 1-800-HURT-123. They'll help guide you through the process, protect your rights, and help you understand what you may be entitled to. And here's the biggest thing. Don't let the insurance company call the plays. Call 1-800-HURT-123 or visit attorneybigalca.com.
Attorney Big Al's Attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
Hey, it's Oral Hershiser. Can you believe I have my name on a building? I can't, but I'm grateful and I'm humbled. And here in Chino at Oral Hershiser Chevrolet, we love Chino. We love the people of this neighborhood, of this community, and the surrounding community, and we are here to serve. We're here to serve the same way I served you on the mound, the way I'm serving you on the microphone, and the way we follow and watch champions and championships.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code EXPRESS to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code EXPRESS to borrow up to $10,000. Use code EXPRESS to borrow up to $10,000.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
In this business, time matters. You're always looking for ways to be more efficient and stay ahead. We all have our own time-saving hacks. But if you're a business owner, how can you save time hiring? The answer? ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter has a new feature that shows you the most interested qualified candidates first. Save time and meet great candidates sooner with ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
This is going to be fun. I like this.
It's D'Marco Farr and Travis Rodgers.
Isn't it cool?
It's so good.
Afternoons with D'Marco and Travis rolls on.
Hey. Why are you laughing?
Back to the guys.
Our little Super Crosstalk coming up in just a second. A reminder that Road to the Cup at ESPN LA is tonight at 8 o'clock. Dave Denholm, Mario Ruiz bring you previews, analysis, and reaction from soccer's biggest tournament and its biggest matchups. Cheer with the entire Mercado all tournament long. Mercado Gonzalez, where every match tastes better. And Beto, I don't know if I thank you specifically for giving me the introduction to the Mercado in
you would
Costa
have found
Mesa.
it. You would have
I think I would have.
Let's see, chips, walk, and cerveza.
That place is like, I shouldn't be as excited to go to a grocery store as I am, but every time I walk in there, I have the biggest smile.
It's because it's a huge food court.
Yeah.
And that's why. It's right next to OCC, Orange Coast College. So next time you guys are playing down there, Trudell, go over with the boys. You'll have a great time. It's like a big food hall and then a market also.
And a bar, and a patio, and live music, and it's just forget about it. Everything you could possibly imagine. What's going on, Marcus? How you
Not
feeling?
much. Good. I was before I came in here. I was having a long conversation with Tim about Love Island. We were just
That's right, baby.
catching up.
So
Wait, which one?
He said Tim, not DeAndre.
I was
I
waiting
watched
to
it
see
too.
you
No,
again.
you're not involved.
So when you were here on Monday, we were having the conversation about Love Island. I was surprised to find out that you were a fan.
Yeah, yeah.
And my oldest son, he calls me on my way home that night, and he's like, you know that the executive producer of that show has asked me to be a contestant on it.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
Wow.
He goes, yeah, I
Let's
told
go.
you this. He goes, so my son works at a club where there are industry types.
Okay.
And DeAndre's met him. My son has the gift
But,
of
the
gab.
old one.
The Bobby.
Oh,
The old
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got
That
the
makes
gift
sense.
of gab. Now, from what I've been told, he doesn't have the physique of most of the people on this show.
Okay, yeah.
But they could maybe get him. But he's been asked more than once to be a
I mean,
participant.
you
on
at the
that
gym,
show.
you just little training, you get in
Man,
there.
go to TJ with me real quick, and we'll get
Look, as somebody that's watched this show, although the English version, not the U.S. version, which is the OG, which was the original, I do not think you want your son on that show.
Well,
I
he
don't
has
think you do.
declined. He has a long-term relationship. He lives with his significant other, and the two of them are very happy. So he has punted on the opportunity, but it
I mean, him
did
being
come
on
up.
the show is one thing. You watching him on the show is the part that would be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I got to
probably.
be honest with you. I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
Like the genre itself is not really my cup of tea, and I do not need to see my children in any sort of explicit situation.
Right.
It's not really what I'm looking to accomplish.
Well, the explicit part of it, and just essentially, they just try to figure out as many different games as possible to have them all make out with each other.
Essentially, that's what it is.
Really, all it is, and then it's just the cameras on all the time, so it's just conversations. And two guys like the same girl, or two girls like the same guy, and how do you deal with that? And it's just all set up for a lot of moments of you being in your feelings, but then forgetting that the camera is there, and then revealing it to the world.
Think
So
you
now-
never actually forget the cameras are there?
Yeah,
I think sometimes they do.
It's not.
Yeah, just the way
I think
they
young
act
people don't
sometimes,
care
you
anymore.
think they do.
That's a good point.
It's the mix of all of it. Like the first day, you might be a little, but now everyone, especially younger, is essentially who has grown up in the social media age.
Yeah, with the phone.
They sort of they're comfortable with
That's a
it
good point.
anyway.
record everything.
And then they also know the tropes of it, like, well, this person's not really here for love, right? That whole kind of
Right.
thing. But I am, and like all that BS.
There are
but
people that are there for love on a game show? Really?
Some
There's
people
some-
allegedly,
Well, Travis, you're not going to believe this. More often than not, it's the girls than the guys that are really there for love. You won't believe it.
You don't say. You don't say.
All right, good job. How's
Destination
the show,
for LA
boys?
Sports coming up next. We'll see you with Geeter tomorrow.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with